can be located at its headquarters in Tema. Call Zonda Tech Ghana Limited on 0501 772222 or 0501 773333.
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, proudly assembled in Ghana, driven by excellence.
Challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life.
Hey.
I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank, and that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better, Pa. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I need your side, Fidelity.
You are listening to Citi 97.3 FM, the city's finest.
There can be no other 97.3. No need to change. Keep it tuned to Citi. You're number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. Citi FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM 97.3.
Unleashing the power of this is Citi
'Cause
what things soever you ask in my name, this I will do, that your joy may be full. This is the old time praise coming in from Team Eternity. 631 97.3 CFM is the 16th day of April. It's a Thursday morning. 97.3 CFM. The pace of the song reveals our urgency. We are very serious today. There's a lot happening on the show this morning. Any time spent listening to the Citi Breakfast Show is time well spent. My name is Bernard Kokuavle. Thank you so much for staying with us this morning. So it says, think like a man of action, but it's more important to act like a man of thought. So there are two sides of the same coin. Action, being an action man or woman does not mean you act thoughtlessly. So your thinking must be action oriented, and your actions must stem from deep thinking. These are some of the dimensions of an effective life. And so this morning we're acting swiftly, bringing you first the headlines in the newspaper segment. There's business news and sports. Big issues to be discussed on the show this morning. We'll be hearing from the streets of Accra on people's personal economies. Government is trying to bring relief with two announcements. There's a price floor which has been changed by the MPA, and there's also a slight cut in the price of diesel and petrol. What would that mean for your personal economy? Business is brought to you by Absa Bank. If the unexpected were to happen today, would you feel prepared? Would you be able to stay afloat while you find your next opportunity? This 2026, Absa wants you to feel more confident about the future. That's why the Absa Ultimate Account has been created to be the cushion you can count on. With an Absa Ultimate Account, you get 3 times your monthly salary, up to 20,000 cedis in the event of retrenchment to help you stay afloat. Move with confidence this year. Open an Absa Ultimate account today. Your story matters, Absa. These are the typical Pentecost praise, not PRWC.
This one is the J. Abraham, so it's more SDA kind of.
No, they are butchy parts. But some of your churches too, the women use
the tambourine. Yes. Very important.
That's all they use.
Thank you. Yeah.
The newspaper review segment is brought to you by Zonda Tech, your one-stop automobile shop and proud operator of impressive automobile assembly plant here in Ghana. Trucks like Sinotrack, vehicles like Great Wall and Cherry, and of course construction equipment like Shantui and Sunny. Zonda Tech delivers topmost quality assembled right here in Ghana. Choose affordable luxury, choose Zonda Tech. And your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits like lower interest rate, higher loan amounts, and personalized financial support. It's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. To learn more, contact us on 0800 003 355. Alright, so before we get into newspaper review, I want to read a quick email I got this week. Good morning, Bernard. I trust your weekend has been great. I think he sent this on Monday. The issue of bikers doing stunts on sections of our highways is a subject which must be discussed. I don't know if he sent an email. I don't know if the Road Safety Commission isn't aware of this weekly event. It started a couple of years ago on the slip sides of the N1 late Sunday afternoons. Youth from various parts of Accra converge on that stretch of road, seizing the entire stretch just to perform stunts. Other road users cannot access the stretch for many hours. These boys and girls take over the streets. Recently, they entered the nuisance or extended the nuisance to the Tema Free Zones enclave and performed the stunts at the Kbun end of the free zone entrance. The first time I saw the event in the free zone was this January. I thought it was just a one-off thing, but I have witnessed this every Sunday thereafter. Are authorities saying because these are done on Sundays, they are not aware? Are we waiting for disaster to strike before the Road Safety Commission, Free Zones Board, and other agencies come to talk of their failure? Someone must act now. He then sends me a video that he took. I'm not going to mention his name. He's a resident of Kbun who did this, and I just want to thank him for sending it. I'm just putting this out there for the Road Safety Commission, the Ghana Police, MTTD, or whoever is
not interested.
Control. I don't know why. At least the Free Zones enclave is controlled by somebody. You shouldn't be allowing people to do these things on our roads.
But at that time when you raised this, I told you right in front of the Dansuman police station every Saturday.
Even
Sunday.
in front of no, but you're talking about people going to funerals. It's not the same.
No. They never discussed this. Why was it talking about just funerals? This Saturday, I was sitting at the Shell. I told you about this. They were doing it there.
Actually, with motorbike.
They just lift the motorbike with their pillions and then they are just doing their own thing. Palladium. Then when you get to the curve where Nakuluva Frames is, that industrial enclave where they make the trunks and others. You go for it, it leads you to the main beach road. You take a right, it leads you to the Kolebu road. That is one of the most popular zones.
It's terrible. So motorbikes will take over. They do that on Fiesta Royale too.
Well,
the police see them. Sometimes the police are at the traffic lights. They wave at them. Sometimes the police themselves will join to also show off their skills on their visibility bikes. They are doing all kinds of things.
Maybe they should just declare it legal so that we can move on.
But then that's the problem. We sit down for the things to start. It festers. Now it gets out of hand. And we say we legalize the
okay. Last time I complained to you about the driving.
Yeah, I'm reading an email from a listener.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you take it at a different angle, it may work. So we are just appealing to the authorities to intervene because it's look. I heard a story this week about 80-something% of accident victims are now motorbike.
Yeah.
So either their own doing or people hitting them or whatever. So it's a very dangerous thing to do.
You see,
so we're just urging the authorities to intervene.
What the authorities need to deal with quickly is there's a very clear. Is it MTVization? MTV. You know what MTV used to be? It's no longer in existence.
Yeah.
But we have now decided that we are now going to do the MTV culture. So we are doing the cars, which is fine. I mean,
as in car racing.
Yes. No, we have a very vibrant car culture. I'm a big fan of cars. But we've extended it to dangerous elements where people do free riding. They are recording themselves driving at high speeds on regular roads with dashcam cameras. Sorry, with dashcams. With dashcams. They post it on social media. They are getting fans. People tag the police service in it every single day with number plates and everything. The police haven't commented on it. Nothing.
Maybe the people doing it are untouchable or something.
All right, let's get into
OSP is everywhere. OSP, his picture is everywhere. Baloski, I don't know what is going on. But I'll tell you. OSP unfazed by power to prosecute ruling, and Kisi Ajabeng is on the front page of the Daily Graphic. President charges Ghanaians to lead healthy lifestyles, launches free primary healthcare program, file income tax returns by end April. GRA.
The Chronicle, final nail in OSP's coffin. Anti-corruption body stripped of prosecutorial powers, but Ajabeng vows Supreme Court battle, and traditional priest grip over revocation of Magdan aviation license. Gripe over revocation of Magdan aviation license. Thank you. These are the two stories for Chronicle.
Aloski, just a quick. The place out Adedenko.
Okay.
So MTT, the Adedenko is what I was talking about. That's the hub of the motor people. Front page of the Daily Guide. OSP has no power to prosecute. High Court. Girl 4 dies from sexual assault.
No.
Charlie. Interior Ministry imposes curfew on Karaga, Gushegu, Police seized 22 slabs of cocaine, 400,000 Ghana cedis in narcotics bust.
Ghanaian Times, free primary health care to support NHIS, not replace it. President Mahama is speaking. And OSP can't prosecute without AG's authorization. This is the High Court. Government reduces diesel, petrol prices. And this story, Godfrey will like it. Ghana Immigration Service begins phase 2 of anti-street begging operation.
Okay. Finally, from me, Bernard, the front page of the BNFT. I like this one. There's a feature. Accra's overlooked environmental crisis. Accra's overlooked environmental crisis. Overhaul sovereign debt framework. BOG governor urges IMF. Citi post best Q1 in half decade. The governor is on the front page a lot. Isiama calls for urgent global reforms as Africa faces slower growth outlook.
Daily Democrat, Mahama does it again, delivers free primary health care. NPP guru under fire over Kobo insult. And IGP promotes Tema officers. This came a bit earlier. Probe encroachment on school land. Haruna petitioned.
Let me go online. Chachuchikata says SAL residents deserve reparations over historic injustice. This is citynewsroom.com. PEMCAP partly accepts blame for lack of OSP authorization. He spoke on Eyewitness News yesterday. Edward says free sanitary pads are improving girls' retention in schools.
Nice.
GPRT to maintain transport fares after fuel price cuts. And then fuel price cuts to cut government over 200 million cedis, according to the Energy Ministry. Now, there are conflicting reports on who's bearing this cost, because the Energy Ministry says it will cost 200 million cedis.
Yeah.
But if you go to my journal online, according to COMAC, fuel relief not from government. It says the CEO, Rivers Nopon, says fuel cuts are an industry burden. So, meanwhile, according to Richmond Roxen, fuel price cuts show how Mahama government is people-centered. Meanwhile, Mahama is joking about late-night banku as he urges healthier lifestyle.
After
He's talking to some of us.
Heavy things again.
And then John Darko says OSP requiring AG approval for every case is absurd. So that story is making rounds a lot. Channel1newsonline.com, a few stories here. Don't use criminal prosecutions to settle personal scores. Chachuchi Kata.
Right.
MOBA to construct Olympic-sized swimming pool. Moses Baden Jr. speaking. Wow. He also says infant swim students have been urged to pursue excellence beyond money. Government begins payment of teacher arrears in May. And then Ghana Gas shutdown triggers power outages. Meanwhile, DVLA boss says they have not taken a decision on Voxy vehicles yet, even though Road Safety Commission has come up with a recommendation. There's an interesting clip on the City Channel 1 News website on how Kwesi Pratt walked away from boxing. He recounts his early passion for boxing, inspired by legends like Floyd Robertson. Before a brutal training.
After one blow, it goes the muscle.
You know, it's a very serious issue. So yeah, Kwesi Pratt used to like boxing. So the big story is government slashes diesel by 2 cedis, petrol by 36 pesos in 1 month.
Yep.
And it's led to various things. The graphic online leads with that story.
Okay.
And then we are told Ghana Stock Exchange market cap hits 256 billion cedis as MTN does some trading. So we can get into the economy. We can also talk about OSP.
Let's start with the diesel. Then we go to the
Okay,
OSP.
so government reduces diesel petrol prices. Julius Yao Petiti writes on page 13 of the Ghanaian Times that effective today, April 16, 2026, prices of petrol and diesel are expected to go down as the government takes steps to cushion consumers against the rising cost of fuel. While diesel will decrease by 2 Ghana cedi per litre, petrol will see a reduction of 0.36 Ghana cedi per litre. Intervention quote, this intervention is intended to cushion consumers and ease the costs burden on households, transport operators and businesses. The Minister for Government Communications, Mr. Felix Wachofosu, said in a statement yesterday, quote, the measure approved by Cabinet is in response to rising prices of petroleum products on the international market, which have significantly impacted export prices in Ghana. Mr. Ofosu added, during this period, the government will continue to closely monitor developments in the global oil market and assess the need for further policy adjustments. Bernard.
Two related stories as to who is really bearing the cost. CityNewsroom.com reports the government is expected to forego an estimated 200 million cedis in revenue losses following its decision to reduce fuel prices, as you just read. Spokesperson for the Energy Ministry, Richmond Roxen, disclosed the figures while speaking on Eyewitness News on Wednesday, April 15, yesterday, explaining that the intervention comes despite increasing petroleum prices in the international market. Now, If you go to myjoyonline.com, my good friend Revesenopong, who is the CEO of Comac, has warned that the latest fuel price relief measures could pile significant debt onto industry players as OMCs are forced to pre-finance government policy. So speaking on PM Express on Wednesday, he said the intervention, though beneficial to consumers, places heavy financial pressure on downstream operators. Then I'll end this one with an analysis by the High Street Journal. A subsidy relief on fuel. How energy sector risks under recovery and debt should government default payment. And this is the summary. Government fuel relief functions like a subsidy, requiring it to pay OMCs the difference. Delays in those payments risks under recovery, potentially reviving energy sector debts, raising concerns about fiscal sustainability despite short-term consumer relief. I think that summarizes the whole story.
Two big things happened yesterday, Bernard, and I'll tell you about it on the front page of the Daily Graphic. OSP on face by power to prosecute ruling. The Office of the Special Prosecutor has indicated that it will continue to prosecute cases already in its hands, despite the landmark ruling by the High Court that the OSP does not have the power to prosecute. Quote, the OSP firmly assures the public that all the criminal prosecutions that's commenced before the court and all the criminal prosecutions it is about to commence before the courts remain valid and will proceed based on its mandate under the Office of the Special Prosecutors Act, Act 959, which remains valid and is in force as the matter has not been decided by the Supreme Court. And the High Court in Accra declared as void the power of the OSP to prosecute, throwing into limbo the legal status of corruption and other corruption-related cases being prosecuted by the anti-graft body. And there have been different views on this. A professor of law at the University of Ghana School of Law, Professor Kojo Appiagyei-Tua, criticized the ruling, stating that the High Court acted beyond its powers by virtually striking down the powers of a body established by Parliament. Quote, the High Court does not have the power to interpret the Constitution, and therefore the current case at the Supreme Court is best placed to determine whether or not the OSP has the power to prosecute without authorization.
A former deputy AG has partly accepted blame for lack of OSP authorization. Former deputy AG Joseph Kwenka has acknowledged to some extent that the Office of the Special Prosecutor did not receive the necessary authorization from the AG after its establishment, but argues that responsibility for activating the process also lay with the office itself. Now, the whole idea is that the AG's office can allow bodies like IOCO, Customs to do some prosecutions. But under the previous administration, the executive instrument that should have allowed the OSP to do that was not laid. So the question remains whether if the OSP takes another matter to another high court, that judge will also say, because of this court's ruling, I will not listen. But it lies in the bosom of the Supreme Court to interpret whether Article 88 has been violated or not. So it's a big story we'll keep an eye on and discuss in the course of the day.
I will stay with another big event. The president's very busy. On page 13 of the Daily Graphic, President John Dramani Mahama has called on Ghanaians to adopt healthy eating habits and lifestyles, saying they contribute significantly to the country's non-communicable diseases burden. Launching the free primary healthcare program yesterday, President Mahama linked those health conditions to unhealthy eating habits and sedentary lifestyles, advising the populace against physical inactivity and late-night heavy meals. Now, the free primary healthcare will expand access to healthcare services across the country, focused on early detection and preventive treatment, particularly in underserved and rural communities.
One way of knowing, if you eat late afternoon, like 3 p.m., and you get home about 7 and still go and eat a heavy meal, it's one way. So he's right. Forcing people to give you banku at 8 p.m. is not a healthy lifestyle. So
when you have a
breakfast like
life,
a king, lunch like a prince, supper like a pauper. That's the approach.
It doesn't work here.
That's the thing, because we do breakfast porridge, lunch rice, supper fufu. But that's the wrong way, because you need the energy in the day. So in fact, the Kumasi people are right. If they do fufu in the morning, so long as they will do heavy work, it's okay. Fufu and keke. Afternoon, something like that. Evening, a beverage. So the president is helping us. Now, Ghana Gas, Caleb, they say they are triggering, there's a shutdown that will trigger power outages. Julian Odami reports on Channel 1 News that a technical fault at the Ghana National Gas Company processing facility has triggered a temporary shutdown, disrupting gas supply to thermal power plants and causing intermittent power outages in parts of the country. The development was announced in a joint statement by Ghana Gas Company and the Ghana Grid Company yesterday. According to the statement, the facility experienced a complete failure of the boom management system, BMS, controller linked to the heat medium system, a key operational component of the plant. Preliminary technical assessment indicates that the affected system is beyond repair and will require full replacement, prompting an emergency shutdown of the plant. The shutdown has reduced gas supply to thermal power stations, affecting electricity generation and leading to power supply interruptions in some areas. Authorities say a detailed technical and safety assessment is underway to guide the restoration effort. Don't forget, in diversifying our power sources, we decided that some of our power plants will not be using just liquid fuel but also gas. But now that the gas treatment plants as a problem, it's going to affect, and depending on how long it takes to fix it, we may be having some doom. So this is something we should keep an eye on. Let me come to you.
Meanwhile, the Energy Minister has been inspecting ongoing ECG transformer upgrade works.
Good.
Stephanie Abrikrang writes for Ghanaian Times, page number 10. The Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Dr. John Abdullahi Jinapo, has undertaken a supervisory inspection of the ongoing transformer upgrade program being implemented by the Electricity Company of Ghana, aimed at improving power reliability across the country. This took place on Tuesday at Majo ECG substation in Accra. It formed part of efforts to monitor progress of the nationwide exercise to replace obsolete, aging and overloaded transformers. Addressing journalists after the inspection, Dr. Janapo said the intervention followed a comprehensive review of the electricity distribution system, which revealed that some transformers in use were over 22 years old, contributing to frequent outages and interruptions. So earlier he had pleaded with Ghanaians to bear with them because we'll be seeing some of these things. But Bernard, when you get home, you are tired and the light is out.
That's why you should do windows with louver blades. Don't do sliding windows.
Well, Bernard, let me take you to page 6 of the Daily Guide. A really sad story. Girl 4 dies from sexual assault. It's just heartbreaking. And Daily Guide, come on. Why have you posted the picture of the young lady?
What are they trying to achieve?
Don't do that, Daily Guide.
But what's the story?
So the Malaysia police in Kumasi, the Ashanti region, are investigating the circumstances surrounding the alleged defilement of a 4-year-old girl, which has unfortunately led to her untimely demise. The deceased Abdul Mumin Adiza was said to be suffering from severe diarrhea, so her mother, Gracie Boy, rushed her to the emergency unit of the Malaysia Government Hospital in Kumasi for medical attention. However, when medical personnel thoroughly examined her, they realized that the young girl had been sexually abused in both her vagina and anus. Adiza later gave up the ghost while receiving treatment. The police are investigating the matter. On the same page, a total of 22 compressed substances suspected to be cocaine, an amount totaling 400,000 Ghana cedis, and a counting machine have been confiscated by the police in this clampdown on narcotic operations, which resulted in the arrest of 3 persons. Now, Bernard, if you can take us to the Twitter page of the Ghana Police Service. I think they have announced a breakthrough in the Brekum Chelsea shooting.
It's actually on our website.
Okay.
2 people have been arrested. A suspected gang leader and another person have been arrested. This story is on citynewsroom.com. Charles Osukumi reports that the Ghana Police Service has arrested a suspected gang leader and 1 other individual in connection with a robbery incident that resulted in the tragic death of Dominic Frimpong, a footballer at Brekum Chelsea. According to preliminary information released by the police, the arrests were made following an intelligence-led operation aimed at tracking down those believed to be responsible. The operation, which involved specialized police, etc. Now, the police sources indicate that during the operation, one of the suspects engaged officers in a gun battle, leading to exchange of fire. The suspect sustained gunshot injuries in the process and was subsequently overpowered and taken into custody. He has since been transported under police guard to a medical facility where he is being treated. The second suspect, believed to be the leader of the criminal gang, was arrested in a separate but coordinated effort. No names are mentioned at this stage, but we know the attack occurred on Sunday, April 12, along the Ashiresu Kwame Jumo Srenso Road in Yinehin, in the Ahafu region.
Right.
Now, there's a good news from the government who say that teachers' salary arrears will be paid from May. Government has assured the coalition of unpaid teachers, and I'm still on the same Citi website, that plans are far advanced to clear their 17-month salary arrears through a structured payment schedule beginning May this year. The assurance follows a protest march by a group of teachers to the Ministry of Finance, where they presented a petition by what they described as prolonged neglect and denial of their rightful
Yeah,
aims.
but I mean, on recruitment of same, that's in teachers, Education Minister has defended GES recruitment portal closure. Over 40,000 applications received so far. Felicia Kwatin writes that the Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has defended the recent closure of the Ghana Education Service recruitment portal, explaining that the move is a deliberate strategy to manage the overwhelming number of applications and also maintain the integrity of the recruitment process. Addressing the media in Accra, Mr. Idrisu said the decision was also guided by the need to ensure structured, transparent, and efficient system that would not be overburdened by excessive entries. We are targeting 7,000 recruits for this phase. We do not want a situation where the system is overwhelmed beyond control.
In Fantipim Schools, Ebusia Penny has been speaking on point of view, and he says his school will construct an Olympic-sized swimming pool among other sports facilities for the school to regain its pride of place as a leading sports producing school in the central region. There are so many things that Mobile is doing for this celebration. We are going to cut a sort to start building an Olympic-sized swimming pool. This is going to train not just Fantipim students but also as a center for all at Cape Coast. He added the initiative is aimed at promoting swimming and nurturing talent. Meanwhile, Mobile has commissioned a new ultramolding secretariat at Wesley Terrace in Accra as part of efforts to strengthen their operations. The facility was funded by the Bading Foundation, expected to reposition the association from a largely voluntary alumni body into a structured and professionally managed organization capable of delivering long-term projects for the school. Speaking of Infantile School, Chachuchi Kata, one of their prominent alumni, was honored yesterday by the UPSA. And he says he harbors no bitterness against those who imprison him. And he also says SAL residents deserve reparations over historic injustice.
The Ghana Immigration Service has conducted an intelligence-led anti-trafficking operation to rescue victims and disrupt exploitative street begging networks. The operation, undertaken in the early hours of yesterday, clamped down on the exploitation of foreign lands through organized street begging, a practice often used by criminal networks to traffic and control vulnerable individuals, particularly women and children. The exercise is focused on rescuing affected persons and ensuring compliance with Ghana's immigration laws within the Greater Accra region. The areas of focus are Bosio Kai, Zongo Junction, Nima, Medina, and Kanish.
You know, we raise this a lot. Let's do a couple of stories from your side.
Okay, Bernard. So the BNFT has a really lovely feature on page 5. Carla Olympio writes, Accra's overlooked environmental crisis. And she's talking about the lack of green spaces, the cutting down of trees, and just the town becoming hotter and hotter. Now, if you go to the back page of the daily graphic as well, Arocha Ghana says stop destructive activities around Lake Busumche. Arocha Ghana, a conservation-oriented organization, has called for the immediate suspension of all destructive activities at Abrojum Abasi and surrounding communities within Lake Busumche's core zone. Additionally, it has demanded a thorough investigation to identify and prosecute those responsible for the restoration and protection of the lake's core zone and a stronger enforcement of environmental regulations and bylaws governing the Lake Busumche area. So there's a lot happening around the Lake Busumche side, which is destroying core parts.
China's economy grew faster than expected despite the Iran war.
Wow.
Then we're told wave of Russian drone and missile attacks killed 15 in Ukraine. And Lebanon cast doubt on Trump's claim of upcoming talks with Israel. So these are some of the stories.
And then South Africa has finally named a new ambassador to the US, and you didn't believe who they named. They named Rolf Meyer, who served in the last government of the apartheid era.
Maybe that's the one the Americans want.
They've said
So they are giving them somebody.
But yesterday,
That was the newspaper review. Thank you very much, Godfred and Caleb. Coming up next is the City Business News.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News at 7. Nashi Kasisa in the hot seat. Good morning, Na.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN and Ecobank. Coming up, Ghana's economic research draws fresh infrastructure commitments at IMF World Bank spring meetings, and oil marketing companies begin reduction in fuel prices. A second pricing window of April opens today. Also coming up, all is set for transition of the Daman gold mine to government. I'm Nashika Caesar. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. Ghana's push to unlock fresh infrastructure financing is gaining traction at the ongoing IMF World Bank spring meetings, with the government signaling a decisive pivot from crisis management to project execution as development partners regain confidence in the economy. Finance Minister Dr. Kasia Latuforsen, after a high-level meeting with Ando Nwaki, disclosed that the Japan International Cooperation Agency is advancing processes to secure additional funding for the long-anticipated Volivo Bridge project. According to the minister, JICA has expressed strong confidence in Ghana's recovery path, with expectations that financing will be firmed up to enable contractor mobilization before year-end. The renewed backing reinforces a broader return of concessional financing as policy reforms and fiscal consolidation efforts begin to restore Ghana's credibility among development partners. Meanwhile, the IMF World Bank spring meetings has entered day 4 and will bring you updates in our subsequent bulletins. Now, mounting debt burdens and limited access to affordable financing have emerged as the central concern for African policymakers as global shocks continue to tighten fiscal space across the continent. This formed the core of discussions at the African Consultative Group meeting held on the sidelines of the IMF World Bank spring meetings, convened by Sidi Keita, chairman of the African Caucus and managing director of the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva. There's more in this report.
The discussions come at a time when many African economies are grappling with elevated borrowing costs and reduced access to international capital markets, forcing governments to make difficult trade-offs between servicing debt and funding critical development needs. The situation is further complicated by external shocks, including geopolitical tensions and supply chain disruptions, which are increasing macroeconomic vulnerabilities and heightening the risk of inflationary pressures and food insecurity. In response, policymakers are pushing for stronger and more transparent debt sustainability assessment to better guide borrowing decisions and reduce risk. Ongoing reforms to the joint IMF World Bank debt sustainability framework are expected to play a key role in improving how countries evaluate and manage their debt exposure. There is also a renewed emphasis on strengthening public financial management systems, improving spending efficiency, and mobilizing domestic revenue to reduce reliance on costly external borrowing. Beyond debt management, African leaders are advocating for more tailored policy support from the IMF, particularly in navigating external shocks and addressing cross-border spillovers that impact domestic economies.
That was Emmanuel Opong with that report. Now, fuel prices have begun easing at the pumps as a second pricing window for April takes effect today, with some oil marketing companies, including Star Oil and GOIL, reducing their ex-pump prices. Star Oil has adjusted its prices in line with new minimum benchmarks set by the National Petroleum Authority for the period. Petrol has been reduced by 3 pesos per litre, selling now at 13 cedis 27 pesos, down from 13 cedis 30 pesos. Diesel has seen a sharper reduction of 1 cedi per litre, falling from 17 cedis 10 pesos to 16 cedis 10 pesos. The company's RON 95 product has also revised downward to 14 cedis 67 pesos per litre from 14 cedis 99 pesos. The new prices take effect from 8 a.m. today. State-owned GOIL has followed suit, also adjusting its pump prices in line with the revised price and outlook. At GOIL, petrol now sells at 13 cedis 27 pesos per litre, down from 13 cedis 30 pesos per litre, while diesel has dropped from 17 cedis 10 pesos per litre to 16 cedis 10 pesos per litre. The Super XP 95 product, however, remains unchanged at 15 cedis 77 pesos per litre. These adjustments took effect from 6 a.m. The latest adjustments also follow government intervention to absorb 2 cedis per litre on diesel and 0.36 Ghana cedis per litre on petrol, aimed at cushioning consumers against rising fuel costs. The intervention is expected to support further marginal reductions across the market. Meanwhile, government has assured consumers it will not pass on the cost of its latest fuel price intervention as it moves to cushion households and businesses at the start of the second pricing window of April. The intervention, which takes effect from April 16, will see a 2 cedi per litre reduction in diesel prices and a 36 pesos cut in petrol prices. Speaking on Eyewitness News, the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition spokesperson Richmond Roxon stressed that the intervention will not impose any future costs on consumers.
As we move forward, I'm happy to let you know that these are series of interventions that the President's cabinet, the President who cares, the President who listens, has ensured that the people benefit. And let me emphasize that this is not going to be like the COVID one where subsequently people were asked to pay for freebies that were given. No, that is not what the government is engaging. These are sacrifices that the government has made. Is losing revenue in order for people to be okay. And the government will not come back tomorrow to state that no, the people of Ghana should pay for freebies that is given. No, not at all. That is why the government has been very innovative to ensure that in the next 4 weeks, which is from now, we're starting tomorrow's pricing window to the second pricing window of May, this is what will pertain. We are hopeful that we're going to see significant changes on the global market. And if that is not the case, the government, through its monitoring activities, will take subsequent decisions.
Richmond Roxon is spokesperson for the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition. Now, all is set for the transition of the Daman Gold Mine to the government of Ghana as the mine's lease expires this week. According to Goldfields, the transition is being undertaken in collaboration with the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, the Minerals Commission, and a government-appointed transition team to ensure operational continuity. The development follows a confirmation of Engineers and Planners Limited as the successful bidder to take over the mine after a competitive tender process. We have more in the following report.
The company says its role has been limited to facilitating a safe and responsible handover, including supporting technical and operational readiness ahead of the transfer. Key priorities in the transition include protecting jobs, maintaining operations at the mine, and ensuring a smooth transfer of assets while safeguarding host communities. Goldfields has also clarified that it has not endorsed or selected any future operator for the mine, stressing that all decisions regarding Daman's future ownership and operatorship rest solely with the government of Ghana. The final phase of the process will involve completing transition agreements and formalizing the asset transfer before the scheduled handover on April 18. Goldfield says it remains committed to ensuring a responsible transition that guarantees stability for workers, contractors, and surrounding communities.
That was Daniel Hodru-Mensah with that Business Desk report. Now on the interbank market today, the dollar is trading at 11 cedis, while the British pound is going for 14 cedis 58 pesos, and the euro is going for 13 cedis. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN and Ecobank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
It's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right, stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the Ecobank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move! Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the Ecobank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the Ecobank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank. Ecobank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
It's 12:57. Many thanks to Nashika Caesar for serving us with the breakfast edition of the City Business News. It's brought to us by Ecobank and MTN. Edwin Kwakofi is here. You bring us Kickoff, that's brought to you by Polytang and Leshero. Before we get into the details of the sports news on Kickoff, if your money is controlling you, now it's time to take charge. The Ecobank mobile app gives you the power to command your money, to transact across 33 African countries and anywhere in the world, to command your money to make water, electricity, and school fee payments, bank and mobile money transfers, create virtual cards to buy only what you need and more. So Money Commander, download the Ecobank mobile app now on the App Store or Play Store and command your money. Also, commanding your money means paying attention to details. You know, we never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details. But when you are in doubt, please call Ecobank call center on 0800 0032225. Ecobank is the Pan-African Bank. Imagine walking into a home where nobody ever pauses what they are doing online. Girls are streaming the latest Netflix series. A special playlist is rolling. Daddy is on his usual team's video calls, uploading uploads. Uploads are uploading, downloads are downloading, and not a single person says my data is finished. That's the power MTN Fiber gives you. Unlimited internet for endless streaming, endless connection, endless everything for your home. And you get to enjoy a special range of unlimited fiber internet packages whether you are a new or existing customer. So log into the My MTN app now and tap the broadband or dial star 5057 # to get your preferred unlimited MTN Fiber package. MTN everywhere you go. You need to grab the Polytank Sumo Super because you will save over 1,000 Ghana cedis. It's built with advanced multi-layer technology and reinforced for superior durability. Go for Sumo Super for your project, your home, your business, and you will never run out of water. Always remember that Polytank is the very best on the market and they do not request for Momo payments online. And if you need money to buy the Polytank, talk to Lesheho Savings and Loans. They have great deals for you. Until the end of this month, they've dropped their interest rates just for you so you can run your turns. It's called Fala Season. So call or WhatsApp Nana on 02700 4799. Always remember terms and conditions apply. The shareholder, let's improve life. Edwin Kwalkofi is ready with Kickoff, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning and welcome to the Thursday edition of Kickoff on the City Breakfast Show. And coming up, it was a magical night in the UEFA Champions League.
Desperate attempt to stop him came from Bellingham. Kane now is able to find Elise. All he has to do is keep the ball, go to the corner with it. He's not thinking about that, he's thinking about another! And he's got another! Well, that's the way to seal the glory. Has there ever been a more fitting way to end a pulsating Champions League night?
Michael Olise's 94th minute killer capped off a magical Champions League night, sealing a 4-3 victory and a 6-4 aggregate win over Real Madrid for Bayern Munich to send them into the semi-finals. Also, Arsenal, they drew 0-0 at the Emirates with Sporting, but they made their way to the semi-finals as well. We'll bring you reactions to the Champions League night, and it's 56 days to the World Cup. You're welcome to Kickoff, which is powered by Politangana and Lesheho. Let's improve life. Good morning, I am Edwin Kwalkofi. Let's start off in Europe, where the Champions League quarter-finals wrapped up last night with Bayern Munich and Arsenal securing their final 2 semi-final spots. First in Germany, in the breathtaking European Classic, the league changed hands multiple times before Bayern finally pulled away near the end. Arda Güler gave Madrid a lightning start with a goal in the first minute, but Alexander Pavlovic and Harry Kane kept Bayern in it. A late collapse saw Madrid's Eduardo Camavinga sent off in the 86th minute, followed by Luis Diaz in the 89th, Michael Olise and the 94th scoring to seal the 6-4 aggregate win. Here are the thoughts of Bayern head coach Vincent Kompany after the game.
That it's life. You know, Manu plays one of the best games of his career, and then in that moment, all you have to do is reset. So my main message was 0-0 is still a good result for us. So it was back to everything even. So I think, despite the fact that they were leading 1-0, then we came back. They were leading 2-1, then we came back. They were leading 3-2, then we came back. They never actually leaded the tie. And so from a feeling, I still felt like, okay, it's back to even and let's go and win the game, and we did it.
That was Bayern boss Vincent Kompany. Meanwhile, forward Harry Kane says Bayern Munich were able to overcome Real Madrid because of belief within the squad.
But yeah, you beat a team like Real Madrid, especially in like the later stages of the Champions League. Of course, it will give you confidence. But we spoke about it all year, about getting to this stage, being in all the competitions, and this is the time to really push on. We feel like we can beat anyone when we're at our highest level. And again, we're going to need that in the next round because PSG are one of the best teams in Europe for sure. So it's time to enjoy this. We have a chance to win the league on the weekend. Hopefully, we can manage that. And then we have a big semi-final in the cup. So plenty of games. Plenty of big games, big moments left in the season, and we need to be ready for that.
That was Bayern forward Harry Kane. Now let's hear from Real Madrid boss Alvaro Arbeloa.
We are very disappointed because I think it was a great match for both teams and with option for both teams, but with the red card I think everything was over and it was everything.
How did you feel about that second yellow?
It's unbelievable. Nobody can explain how you can send off a player for this action.
That was Real Madrid boss Alvaro Arbeloa. At the Emirates, it was a far more tactical and defensive affair as Arsenal focused on preserving their 1-0 lead from the first leg. Sporting hit the post through Jenny Katamo, but the Gunners' defense held firm to reach their second consecutive UEFA Champions League semi-final. For Arsenal head coach Mikel Arteta, he was happy about the fire his side displayed in the game.
Well, it hasn't been done in 140 years, so that tells you the difficulty of that, the gratitude to all the players, everybody at the club. We have to feel proud. It wasn't perfect. We still have a lot of things to do better, but we are where we want to be. We have earned it, we made it to be there, and we're going to enjoy it tonight, 100%. And I saw it especially in moments that I expected that we're going to go through. And they certainly did it, the boys. This league, the schedule that we have takes the hell out of you.
Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta, meanwhile, midfielder Declan Rice says the Gunners have reached this stage by shutting out external pressure and distractions.
Not listening to it, believing in what we're doing, believing in each other as a group. I've said it every time I've done an interview. Internally, we've blocked out all the noise up until this point. Everything's irrelevant outside. People are always going to have an opinion because it's Arsenal. But what the most important thing is that we keep doing what we've been doing, and I'm sure we'll be just fine. Obviously, the Premier League's a roller coaster, you know. The season's a roller coaster. You're not just going to be handed anything. You have to go and grab it and be at your best every week. And up until this moment, there's been a few blips in the road, but we're having a really strong season and we're in mid-April, so we've got to keep going, keep being positive.
Arsenal midfielder Declan Rice, while the final four are set. PSG take on Bayern Munich, while Atletico Madrid face Arsenal. Let's come to the Ghana Premier League, where Brecum Chelsea have confirmed that members of the team are closely being monitored, with players receiving both medical attention and psychological care. The club says this comes in the aftermath of the tragic attack that led to the death of teammate Dominic Frimpong. Citi Sports' Julio Ashifi Amwa now brings us excerpts from the club's official statement.
Management extends its deepest condolences to the family, friends and loved ones of the late Dominic Frimpong. The club remains committed to providing the necessary support to the family during this period of profound grief. The team has since returned safely to Brecum and is currently undergoing medical evaluation and psychological support to aid recovery from the traumatic experience. Management also expresses its sincere appreciation to the public, stakeholders and the wider football community for the outpouring of support, sympathy and solidarity during the difficult time. Further updates will be communicated as appropriate.
Excerpts of Brecum Chelsea's statements read by Julio Shirfi Amwa. Meanwhile, police have arrested a suspected gang leader and an accomplice in connection with the robbery attack that led to the death of Dominic Frimpong. According to police sources, the two suspects were arrested following an exchange of gunfire with officers. The alleged gang leader sustained injuries during the operation and was subsequently transported to the hospital for treatment. Let's head to our World Cup daily focus, and today we turn our attention to Czech Republic, one of the teams in Group A of the FIFA World Cup. Here's a closer look at what they bring to the tournament.
Czechia returns to the FIFA World Cup for the first time in 20 years, carrying a rich football legacy into the expanded 2026 tournament. As Czechoslovakia, they competed in 8 editions between 1934 and 1990. Since the 1993 split, the independent nation made 1 appearance in 2006 and now mark a 10th overall entry for the footballing lineage. Across 33 matches, that combined record stands at 12 wins, 5 draws and 16 defeats, underlining their history as one of Europe's traditional forces. Their greatest achievements remain 2 runners-up finishes. Czechoslovakia lost the 1934 final 2-1 to Italy and the 1962 final 3-1 to Brazil, establishing a global reputation during that era. In recent times, their only appearance came at Germany in 2006. Czechia arrived among Europe's top-ranked sides but exited in the group stage, finishing 3rd after beating the United States and losing to Ghana and Italy. Now, they return in the 2026 edition, drawn in Group A alongside Mexico, South Africa and South Korea. Czechia will rely on tactical discipline, strong organization and set-piece efficiency to compete in a balanced group. The immediate objective for them is clear: to reach the knockout stage for the first time as an independent nation. The expanded 48-team format offers a realistic pathway with progression available to third-place teams. A top 3 finish in Group A and a place in the round of 32 stands as a primary target. Reaching the round of 16 will mark their best ever result in the modern era and signal a successful return to football's biggest stage.
An eye on Czech Republic ahead of the World Cup, read by Edem Kai. Now, the president of the Ghana Football Association, Ketu Kreku, has handed over 5 brand new pickup trucks to the regional football associations as part of their ongoing support for the game. The latest delivery adds to the 8 vehicles distributed last year, reinforcing efforts to improve operations across the region. Speaking at the presentation, the GFA boss stressed that the move is focused on strengthening the foundation of Ghana football, with particular emphasis on grassroots development.
Fixing the fundamentals, and when we speak about fixing the fundamentals, this strategy via the forward program directly fits into that plan, because the foundation of the sport is at the regional level, where coast football is played, where girls U15 leagues are being played, where Division 1 girls leagues are being played, where Division 3 leagues are being played, Division 2, etc., etc.
That was GFA President Ketu Kreku, and that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citisportsonline.com. Kickoff was powered by Polytank and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I am Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Bernard Avlet continues.
From now to the end of Ghana month, Polytank is celebrating with you. We are giving you over 1,000 Ghana cedis for free on our premium Sumo Super range of water tanks in celebration of Ghana. Sumo Super is designed to last, giving you peace of mind for your home, project, or business. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit any Polytank outlet today. Ask for Sumo Super and save over 1,000 Ghana cedis. Polytank, the original, always the best. Panono Ankasa. Beware, Polytank does not request for Momo online.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, hey mama. Let's go, we improve your life.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of a Zenith SME business card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Mr. Insurance claim no. That's it.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Mr. Kalono, we are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying research to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
The World Cup is coming, and this time you're not just watching it, you're living it. Match Experience Hospitality is giving you front row access to football's biggest stage in absolute style. Think VIP stadium seating, exclusive lounges, gourmet dining, and priority access. No stress, no hassle, just pure football luxury. This isn't just a ticket. This is the World Cup experience. With over a decade as an official FIFA sales agent, Match Experience Hospitality knows exactly how to turn a match into a lifetime memory. So upgrade your World Cup. Call 055-155-1119. Visit matchexphospitality.com or walk into any Absa Bank branch, our official banking partner today. Match Experience Hospitality. Don't just watch the game, live it. Match Experience Hospitality is doing this with Absa Bank as its official banking partner and Glyco as your official travel insurance partner.
Bold colors, bold patterns, bold choices. Bold since 1966. Through every decade, every celebration, every woman, every story. For 60 years, GTP is still the first choice. Today, we are more than fabric. We are fashion. 60 years bold, because bold never gets old, gets retold, and stays gold. Get the GTP at 60th anniversary collection today from any accredited GTP distributor nationwide or from our retail shop in Osu and online at shop.gtpfashion.com, and celebrate bold colors, bold patterns, and bold women. GTP. Life styled.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The things that'll bring the trauma. Overseas, yeah, we trying to stop terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living in the USA, the big CIA, the Bloods and the Crips and the KKK. But if you only have love for your own race, then you only leave space to discriminate, and to discriminate only generates hate. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate. Yeah, madness is what you demonstrate, and that's exactly how anger works and operates. Man, you gotta have love just to set it straight. Take control of your mind and meditate. Let your soul gravitate to the love, y'all.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach, and would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love?
Same, always in change. New days are strange. Is the world insane? If love and peace is so strong, why are the pieces of love that don't belong? Nations dropping bombs, chemical gases filling lungs of little ones with ongoing suffering as the youth are young. So ask yourself, is the loving really gone? So I could ask myself, really what is going wrong in this world that we living in? People keep on giving in, making wrong decisions, only visions of them dividends, not respecting each other, denying thy brother. A war's going on, but the reason's undercover. The truth is kept secret, it's swept under the rug. If you never know truth, then you never know love. Where's the love, y'all? Come on, I don't know. Where's the truth, y'all? Come on, I don't know. Where's the love, y'all?
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying.
I think it's fair to call this one of the classics. The Black Eyed Peas. Where is the love? A couple of birthday greetings coming through. Happy birthday to Priscilla Matei
of ICGC Calvary Temple Spintex. From your lovely parents, Mr. Adolf and Mrs. Comfort Mate, and your siblings Andy Mate, aka Special Advisor, and Derek Mate. Happy first birthday to Deacon Kwiku Opoku-Ajiman. Grow in wisdom and in stature. From your mom Grace, your brother President Dario, and the entire family. Happy birthday to Mrs. Jennifer Watson. Enjoy, bliss, and wealth from the entire family. Happy birthday to Papa Kwesi Nyami Dadze, Professor Nyami of Santa Barbara School, Tema. We celebrate you today. You are brilliant, kind, full of wisdom. Your name carries Nyami, and we see God's grace in you. May this new age bring bold dreams, open doors, and courage to chase them. Keep sharing, leading. Keep sharing and lead. Keep learning and leading. We're so proud of you. We love you so much, Prof. From Wonderful and Emilia Dazi, Tema Community 8.
Only leave space to discriminate, and to discriminate only generates hate. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate.
Kindly help me wish my wife Amid Delasi a happy birthday. We love and appreciate her from Senna, Selikem, Nairam, and Selinam Nachlam. Am I pronouncing this right? Is it Nachlam? Of course, this is Amid Delasi of the Bethel Revival Choir.
Right.
Happy birthday to you, coming in from We on the City Breakfast Show as well. Nice. But today is my wife's 40th birthday and our 15th marriage anniversary. Her name is Daphna Teboa Okran of Southie Ghana. Please tell her I'm grateful for her love and support. I wish her more blessings. And I wish her more blessed and beautiful years. This is from Ebenezer Okran in Accra. Alright, so our wife and our sister Daphna Yeboah Okran. I'm not sure whether it's Yeboah or Teboa. I don't know if I'm the one not reading this well. Good morning, please help me wish a happy birthday to Mrs. Agnes Asamoah Duku, the Western Zonal Manager of the Ghana Shippers Authority. We celebrate a mother, a leader, lawyer, teacher, counselor, and comforter. We thank God for his continuous protection and guidance over her life in this past year. Madam, aka Mia, what am I reading? Aka Esquire. Charlie, you people, you have to have mercy on me. I haven't been eating this morning. Don't be sending me. Charlie, what is this? Aka Mia, aka Esquire. Is it Mia Maba or whatever? Charlie. Aka Gloway, aka Mati. You're a big woman. From all of us at the Western Zonal office, this is Obo Ejumaku Eku Tuase. Charlie, and you. So this is Madam Agnes Duku, Western Zonal Manager, Ghana Shippers Authority. Happy birthday to my daughter Karen Selikem Deyegbe of Fabri Girls Senior High School, Form 1 Science 2 class. This is coming from your dad, Reverend Salom Deyegbe, and the whole family. Happy birthday to my brother Michael. It's Reverend Michael Avle.
Oh,
yeah, he's with the First Love Church.
Yes. I met him in some Galamsey site some years back.
Oh, don't say that about my brother out there.
No. I was doing the Galamsey and I met him.
No, say it well.
Okay, I was
emceeing
a program.
Mining
no,
Galamsey?
not mining. No.
Yeah, but Charlie, what are you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
My brother doesn't look at Galamsey. What are you doing?
No, it was some agri-fair, something related, something.
So you were emceeing a program.
Yes, and he was one of the people who had come.
emceing program is also known as Galamsey.
Exactly. Apologies for any injuries caused to the reputation of the Reverend.
Charlie, this boy, so Michael, happy birthday to you. Don't mind Caleb.
Happy 50th birthday to Nicholas Afrifa, CEO of Gasol Limited. Best of wishes from the Gasol team. Have a blast, Nick. Right? Oh, you're 50. God bless you. Good morning, Citi CBS team. Kindly wish an awesome belated birthday to Reverend Alfred Nana Benying Yausen of the Faith Assemblies of God Church Nungwa. May God continue to increase him. Thank you so much.
All right.
Ajaki Chan is your name. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday, Ajaki Chan.
Happy birthday to Madame Cynthia Amate. Today is such a popular day for birthdays. Yeah. Director of Human Resources at ECG. Today is her 60th birthday and her retirement day. We wish her a happy retirement and thank her for her good work to humankind. Much respect, Mami, from all the 14 districts in the Eastern Region ECG. This is coming from Abraham Lincoln, ECG Kofredia. Abraham, good morning. Good to hear from you. Good morning. I had an accident this morning from Kaswa Road. Almost all those in the trotro were terribly hurt. The trotro guy's brake pad was worn out, and on top of that, he was speeding. Attempting to stop, he hit me off the road. This coming from Francis. Francis, I thank you for sending this message. I hope the police have gotten involved in this. Thank you so much for this. So Caleb, this morning I have a small issue.
Okay.
And
sorry, it's the birthday of Chumesi Ankara also.
Oh, our mom does doors.
Fantastic doors, yeah.
Chumesi Ankara is my door plug.
Yeah.
If you want made in Ghana metal doors, security doors,
solid ones,
Chumesi Ankara will sort you out
so
powerfully.
Correct.
You know,
correct.
Even if the thieves use kafugbe or they use a battering ram, your door will not break. Chumesi Ankara is solid,
great
solid
design,
metal. Charlie,
stuff.
the door is nice and hard, it's strong. So Chumesi, may you live long to do more doors.
Sharp. And more doors open to you.
No, correct. You know, there's something that's happening I find interesting. So yesterday I was talking to Samuel Akom, who is one of our producers, Samuel here, and asked him to go and ask Ghanaians etiseng. You know, when I say etiseng, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
How is your pocket? Because
how are you getting by?
Almost every day we read stories and we do know that on paper some things have gotten better.
True.
Let me give you an example. Just today, BNFT front page. Citi post best Q1 in half a decade.
Wow.
Bro. See page 2 for the story. Alright, so where's the story? The Citi is poised for additional declines through year end, even after posting its strongest first quarter performance since at least 2021. As seasonal import demand and energy payments weigh on a currency that has nonetheless staged one of Africa's most remarkable recoveries from a debt crisis low. The Citi fell 4.4% against the dollar in the first 3 months of 2026, closing March at 10 Cedi 98 pesos. This was the lowest Q1 loss captured in a 6-year data set in Black Star Group's analysis for the period. The development puts it around half the 8.7% average first quarter depreciation over the period. The currency has held near those levels in early April, with the Bank of Ghana's interbank mid-rate quoted at 11.02 on April 13. All right, the scale Citi rehabilitation becomes clearer in historical context. At the peak of the fiscal crisis, the currency shed, so which means when things were bad, the currency shed 20.6% in the first quarter of 2022 alone. Annual depreciation routinely exceeded 20% as government lost market access, inflation spiraled to 54%, and central bank reserves were strained to maintain exchange rate stability. The turnaround has been anchored by an IMF program, debt restructuring, particularly around the DDEP, and a surge in gold export earnings to $20 billion in 2025 alone, more than double the prior year. The Citi gained approximately 40% against the US dollar over the course of 2025, one of the strongest currency performances globally that year. First quarter depreciation has tracked that recovery as it stood at 20.6% in Q1 of 2022. Right? So the Citi has become strong.
Right.
Inflation has come down from 54.1% to below 4%.
Wow.
The government has built its reserves to almost 6 months worth of import cover. Okay. In fact, that's not all. Everywhere you go, they are announcing good news.
Yeah.
All right. So, we are told construction inflation is at very, very low. Construction inflation slows to 0.3% as producer prices edge higher. If construction inflation is lower, you should expect that cost of real estate, at least if for nothing at all, it will not keep rising, right?
Yeah.
Construction input costs in Ghana remained subdued in March 2026, even as overall producer inflation edged slightly higher. Latest data from Ghana Statistical Service has shown producer inflation in the construction sector slowed to 0.3% year on year, down marginally from 0.4% in February, underscoring the relatively stable cost conditions for contractors and developers.
Right.
on a monthly basis, construction prices increased by just 0.1%. That's almost negligible, pointing to minimal short-term cost pressures across the sector. All right. However, the broader producer price environment showed a modest uptick. Overall, producer inflation rose to 1.5%, blah, 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 blah. All right. So, everything seems good. So, I asked Sammy, okay, go to the market and ask the people what's happening.
What to say?
Sammy, come and tell me what the people say. So, Charlie, don't busy. Where did you go yesterday? What are the people saying? Because all the numbers seem to be pointing in the right direction, but the pocket has its own mind.
That's the story.
So, which people did you speak to yesterday?
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. So, yesterday,
thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, because I really enjoyed engaging the people. I particularly enjoy speaking to the people because. Okay. As a former public policy student, one aspect of public policy is going on to the grounds to find out whether or not your policy is really sitting down well with individuals and the citizens.
Beautiful.
So I set out to one of the bustling places in Accra, that is Circle. Kwame Nkrumah Circle. You find everything some there. You find students, you find traders, Okada riders, drivers, and
it's all a nice mix
of people.
Real Ghana.
Yeah, real Ghana. And then most of them spoke Chi, though, but I mean, tells you.
We'll interpret it.
Yeah, we'll interpret it as well on that. So, speaking to them, one thing that was striking was about complaints about prices and comments about the fact that they hear some kind of economic stabilization and all, but for them it is yet to reflect in their pocket. You have some also who say that, look, rice used to be this amount, now I go to the market and it has reduced a bit. So the sentiments are quite mixed, but despite the mixture of the sentiment, more tilted towards everything is normal. They are not really seeing any kind of improvement, at least for now.
So you ask them that. So what was your question? What question do you ask them?
So for some of them, I just go, Charlie, what's up? How is life? Abrabomo is saying.
Okay.
Then
but they know you're a journalist.
They know I'm a journalist.
So
I introduce myself to them
as a journalist
with them. I have a microphone.
So some of them just ask them how is life?
How is life?
Or how is business?
Yeah, how is business as well. So for traders, you ask them how is life, then ask them again, in terms of business, how has it been for you? Right? And then you ask them, if you used to go to pick goods for this amount, this year, how has it been? I mean, just to get the sentiment of how, the government.
So which groups did you speak to?
So I spoke to traders. I spoke to Okada riders as well. Then I spoke to drivers. I spoke to students, and then I spoke to normal people. I mean, citizens, just going about their.
So who should we hear first?
I think we should listen to. I've made some cues. What do you have, traders?
Traders. At Circle. All right, let's hear them.
Se say dear moya kura because ye kitankwala hensue me free bar no pa am matching afi na makonsuo 4 yentoshe aduane kura uton ayento eti ama enkwala ne hwenu mu ayede nti aban ne yesre na omboa yen
ade tode no kre ade tode na nsade to my slow akra ye hwe this year kasa na ade to no enkoso se last year nanso mo yesuro akra ese yento de asa de ese kura ko to de ese kuteska kura na ese no o de sai anasa ese ne mabo den ebu akoto de ese kura fe no kura fe tuturu ese kuteska kura na fe ebu a soso tonkwa te fe bedi enyi nyina te se bibia ko hai ese ese yento de na ne manso ekosoro even the TV so no even though ye ya ankasa so ma ne manso den ekosro na asefo won se hwe system no mu a ye hwe nkrofo de apo ni nyansa kwan so bitini nua won se fe no kra bu adome ba se kra 65 enso so to no ento ma boka be 10 cedi they say no ye bre
they say de nyama mu de ye kakra che first enti bibia ye fine first le mo ni boy ye din ba se se de mo na ba fom yesu ye ti ma omo a omo ni so and omoji duani wo embassy say kra de obi ende krom bio first de ye da krom isu obu ye ba se de ye ende krom bio ye ni age eti ye da aban ase Eradi on Shran.
Enyama ne de ebi wo ho no ma ya tete so. First no enyama bi wa se na ne ye to no say prices no and to say biom. Enti no me de manage ne sa wo share abrabon na won say me yesa ene enyina ebenyi so ever ne say tete no ade abeto no one say no be ko na 2 cedi so I think that is normal. It means na fa ko forever. So I think that is normal.
I'm a trader. It will be like maybe 2-3 weeks if I haven't said nothing. If I say maybe today I get money like profit of maybe 300 cedis, unless maybe 2 weeks time. Imagine having a wife and children. How am I going to survive with that money? This government very, very bad. Very, 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 very bad. Typical bad. 0.0. Kotoro Shida Bombo. 0.00. Nothing good.
The new government has been one of the worst ever in Ghana history. This government we are in now is very worse. Everything is not going on well. Everything is not going on. Even where we are selling here, to sell one phone is not easy. By the past government, you see things were going on small. So, but now the economy is bad. At times you hear things are cheap now, but that's not the issue. Things are rather going high. Just imagine the petrol prices. Petrol is high now. You hear them say Israel war. Ghana is not sharing border with Israel. Ghana doesn't share border with USA, neither Iran. You see, the previous government, within 2 years like this, there was a big policy, the biggest policy that has saved Ghana history, free SHS. By now, I don't see any policy from this current government. There's no policy I'm seeing within 2 years. There's nothing is not going on.
Pure water has been increased. So if, like you yourself, you are also living in the economy, I hope you also spend like I do. Pure water has been increased. How much more are you claiming that the economy is improving? Because it's not reasonable for pure water to increase whilst fuel prices are coming down. Because this government has been touting itself that we've managed this has come down. But I hope you people are also living testimony to this. If it is good, everybody knows. Because we sell here. At first, prices of phones were high, but people used to patronize our business. But now, if you come, zero.
Oh, nyamia dum dia mabro mo de enye ye de radiasi bibia ko ye maye ba di ton die e wo mo na abaka krai wo mo na asatiko ba e wo mu kaka san yatim oh nyama bi won de amoti so ba nya ni na e bi wo amoti so e bi mu so mo nti so ye nti ama ye burkina na still na 15 cedi na na ye ton ye ntime nti so because ye ko fa mo nti so maye de wi am de maye no sa.
Sentiments from traders at Kwame Nkrumah Circle in Accra. We asked them, how are things? We have more different groups coming up. We want you to tell us as well how your own personal economy is functioning in view of some of the main achievements of the government on the economy. For example, we just read Citi has posted a strong Q1, the best in half a decade. Inflation is very, very low. Government has built its reserves. Some of those numbers seem very nice. So the question is, do you feel it in your pocket? This week we've been told the government has reduced fuel prices for diesel by a certain amount and also for petrol. But let's talk about Republic Bank. You can own your dream home with Republic Bank mortgages. You can grow faster with our SME and corporate solutions and run your finances well with our retail and commercial banking products. Call Republic Bank toll free 0800 414 414 or WhatsApp us on 0546 414 414. Republic Bank, we are the one for you. Locals Estates as a place you can call your own, understanding and knowing how it feels to work so hard and not be sure about tomorrow. We've designed beautiful 3-bedroom houses in safe, secure and community-focused estates with a clubhouse, a gym, swimming pool and 24-hour security. No stress, no guesswork, no fear. Just smart design in prime locations built for real families and real futures. Call Locals on 0200 55 704 or visit localsestates.com for more information. It's time to make that move. It's time to come for a cold Malta Guinness. When the mind, body, and Malta Guinness unite, nothing is beyond your reach. Vim up for your daily pursuits with the revitalizing taste of Malta Guinness packed with B vitamins. Malta Guinness is not like any other soft drink. It's a quality refreshment boosted with B vitamins and brewed with sorghum and malt. Charge forward towards your goal with each sip and nourishing taste. Selling at only 12 Ghana cedis. Malta Guinness, we move. Are you into agribusiness, retail, mining, hospitality, manufacturing, trade, or logistics? Then you need a partner that understands your business, and that is Absa Business Banking. You get tailored solutions such as working capital, assets, and trade finance, merchant solutions, and digital banking support designed specifically for your business success. So whatever stage your business is at, talk to Absa Bank today. Our relationship managers are waiting to hear from you. Your story matters, Absa. Tecno has released the all-new CAM 50 series, the Camon 50, the Camon 50 Pro, and the Camon 50 Ultra, with very interesting features, including an AI powered photo gallery, an AI art gallery, and an AI image to video, and tools like AI reflection remover. There's also the one-tap flash memo function for scanning documents, and the improved Ella AI assistant as a live companion. Visit any Tecno store today and choose from our wide range of Camon 50s.
Right, so Henley and Partners, global leader in residence and citizenship planning, helping investors and their families secure alternative residence or citizenship through leading programs worldwide. We advise on the best program for you and your family. We assist with the entire application process and continue to support you every step of the way. Now, for many Ghanaians, the key drivers for seeking alternative residence and citizenship include greater global mobility, investment diversification, business expansion, access to world-class education and healthcare, and long-term family security. Popular options for Ghanaians include Caribbean citizenship programs like Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, and St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as residence by investment programs in Greece, Portugal, Malta, the UAE, the UK, Canada, and the USA. Henley and Partners is best placed to advise you and your family. Contact us via Ghana@henleyglobal.com, HENLEY. That's where to go for free consultation. Visit us at Kempinski Gold Coast City Hotel, the Galleria. Call us 0206 042 101. Visit henleyglobal.com to find out more. You know that moment when the alarm rings and life is already asking questions, campus, office, hustle, dreams, all waiting to be chased. Those are the moments when you need something that helps you show up and keep you going. That's why Cowbell Coffee stays with me every single moment. Whether you are grinding for that exam, pushing deadlines at work, or cooking up the next big idea, Cowbell Coffee gives you that creamy taste and rich coffee aroma to kickstart your day right, and you can enjoy it anytime. Because success doesn't happen overnight. It's the little moments, the early mornings and the late nights. And through it all, Cowbell Coffee Day with you. Cowbell Coffee with you every moment. 590 Mobile has done it again. We've increased our playtime so more people can more. NLA has increased the playing time of your favorite 590 Mobile from Monday to Sunday. Noon rush starts from 8:30 p.m. closes the next day at 1:25 p.m. and the evening draw starts at 1:30 p.m. closes at exactly 7:55 p.m. On Sunday, though, the time remains the same. So catch all the 590 Mobile evening live draws from Monday special to Sunday Asida on GTV broadcast 8 p.m. to 8:15. Always remember to stake responsibly. It's not for persons below 18. 0308 249 477 is the number to call. 590 Mobile at Darwinsem. And to all listeners dreaming of studying abroad or taking the IELTS test and you've been scammed in the past, so Charlie, listen, come to IDP Education. Counseling and application support services are completely free. We help you save your finances while you secure genuine opportunities abroad. Your journey begins with IDP Education Ghana. We are your trusted global partner for study abroad services and IELTS testing. We offer expert free support for study abroad applications to the UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and Canada. We help thousands of students achieve their international dreams, and you are next. So visit us at Osu Akoje in Adum. We are at Nsiase in Kumasi. Call us 020 256 6614 or 054 233 1052. Book your IELTS test today, speak to our counselors, and take the first step toward your future abroad.
So this morning we're asking you to tell us your own personal economic story, and we'll be taking some comments from WhatsApp 053 998 6996. We still have more voices from the market. You say apart from the traders, who else did you speak to?
Yeah, apart from traders, we will have drivers, we will have Okada riders, we will have students, and we'll have citizens as well.
One day, okay, you mean the rest of the world?
The rest of the world.
It's a town hall meeting.
Okay. All right. Before we get into that, tech and social media trends is next.
It's brought to us by Telecel.
By the judgment.
Edwin Kwakufi is joining us for the segment. Edwin, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
No, I can't hear you, Edwin. Sorry.
Thank you very much, Bernard.
Yes,
good
wonderful.
morning.
Morning.
Yes, I hope everyone is doing well.
Yeah.
And as we heard by the judgment, so we start off in the law courts, where a high court has directed the AG to take over all ongoing prosecutions by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. So it's led to a lot of talk on social media because obviously it means all the cases being handled by the Special Prosecutor have halted at the moment because of that directive. And there are also conversations on how it could affect already convicted people, how already prosecuted cases, because now the legitimacy of the Special Prosecutor's prosecutions are now under question. So it opens a path for cases that have already been prosecuted, people who have already been convicted, to take on the law courts. And it's a major issue. People are asking, how is it that, why should the Special Prosecutor have to go to the AG and get permission before being able to prosecute?
Call it authorization.
Yes. Before being able to prosecute any case. And that it effectively renders the office moot, since the AG can prosecute any case anyway. So that's a huge matter going on social media. People are a little worried that we may be seeing the last days of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, but the prosecutor himself says he will take on the matter. They will challenge the ruling by the High Court also in court. So we'll see. We have not seen the end of this matter yet. So that's a huge issue for justice system. Now let's move to an update on the attack on the Brekum Chelsea bus, which led to the death of Dominic Frimpong. The police have come out to say that they've arrested 2 people after a gun battle. One sustained injuries. One is supposed to be the gang leader who led the attack on the Brekum Chelsea bus. Apparently he confessed while in hospital, and they've taken both into custody, and they are continuing their search for the others as well. So a good update from the police. Good work.
Got that.
A few days after, people are commending the police for their good work and how quickly they were able to find the people or the suspects who may have attacked the bus. We've also heard from the police that they are providing escorts to all the team buses or the traveling entourage of the Ghana Premier League clubs when they go out for these matches and they are returning to their home bases. So action being taken by the police to ensure that our players are safe in future. Let me stay with football. And from yesterday all the way into this morning, there's a video trending on social media of Anthony Annan's performance against Germany in the 2010 World Cup. It's thought to be one of the most dominant performances by a midfielder, a Ghanaian midfielder, in such a high-profile tournament. And the conversation is whether we have the talent to match up to Anthony Annan going into this current World Cup. Obviously, because of that, Kwesi Sibo is trending on social media because he seems to be the one.
He plays for Real Oviedo.
Yes, he does play for Real Oviedo, and in his recent performances for the Black Stars, he's not been at his best. So he's been criticized a lot. People don't think he's the right person to pair with Thomas Partey in that midfield. And they are pointing to this midfield performance as an indication that we don't have the talent to compare with the 2010 team, as we were talking about yesterday, whether or a few days ago, whether we have the talent to compare with previous teams that have gone to the World Cup for Ghana. So that is also being talked about online. Let's move on to the launch of the free primary healthcare policy by the president yesterday. And of course, it's supposed to boost our healthcare provision across the country. But one thing that the president said, which is gaining a lot of traction in social media,
Banku late at night.
Eating Banku late at night. He says don't eat after 7 p.m. So he's talking about the fact that there's been a rise in non-communicable diseases due to dietary changes or the dietary habits of Ghanaians. So he's saying that you should eat healthy. Make sure you don't eat heavy food late at night, because that obviously contributes to a lot of obesity around the country. And I was listening to him, I was nodding, and I went home and had my Banku, which is unfortunate. Yes, I know.
You went to take Banku after your president's advice.
After my president's advice, which is very unfortunate, but that was something that happened yesterday as well. Also yesterday, the UEFA Champions League, we know all the semi-finalists of the tournament, because of course Real Madrid tried their hardest to get back into the tie, but eventually Bayern Munich qualified because Real Madrid also had a red card. They were able to score 6 goals on aggregate and go through to the semi-finals, where they'll play PSG in the semi-finals. Arsenal also went through very good defensive performance. I don't know how Arsenal fans will respond to that, but they are in a second consecutive semi-final in the Champions League, and it shows
last time. Who did they lose to?
They lost to the eventual winners, PSG. This time they've avoided PSG. They are playing Atletico Madrid. So
who knocked out Barcelona?
Who knocked out Barcelona as well. So
Arsenal is on the boring side of the Champions League. Then PSG and Bayern on the exciting side.
The exciting game in that Champions League semi-final. So we'll see if Arsenal can break that Champions League jinx.
Yeah, they haven't won it ever. They haven't. The final against Barca 2006.
Exactly.
And then semi-final last time out. Wow.
Yes. So now let's move on to some tech news. And there's talk that you may be typing a lot of things into your AI chat box, whether you're using ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever. So when it comes to prosecutions, your chats can be used against you. We know we've had yes
we've
had privacy issues with Facebook, WhatsApp as well, Instagram, all these social media apps, people refusing to allow prosecutors to get access to chat and all that. But a judge has ruled that when it comes to your engagements with AI in their chat box, those messages can be used against you in the court of law. So you need to be careful.
So the things you're asking AI to
the things you're asking AI, whether what happens, how you can dispose of certain things, they can be used against you in the court of law. So watch what you type and don't commit crimes, by the way.
Thank you very much indeed. That was Tech and Social Media Trends with Edwin Kofi.
Auntie T, I beg, fix me go betete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, bruh, that be dangerous combination, no?
Problem no day. I feel handle am.
For Telecel, with the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, if you get your own data and call packages, falla! Made For Me bundles like the way you want them. That's *530#. Then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Why, baby? Hey, my me say my boyfriend akwesi obo *959# when the phone so. Na we win.
Anita, I don't doggy parko.
Oh, one so. Akwesi asanso aba number 1. Yeah, mo adwen na ho. And then there was so me show papa bi. Na me de toss am short sexy dress no. Na me se samiti. Na me me nails no so come on.
Oh, no.
Me fa uba. Make I do some small 1-2 rounds be answer me do ni ho. Na we tria. Hey, Nana so he for order. So Chinese anise any wine papa bi and they mean this check no
hey Anita
na sa ni mia when you TV bi no also sound no to prepaid na mitimi chili esimu I no go fit sweat like that see fine girl
hey Anita
Jesus
baby I want to know wa Mr. Remember dial *959# our iPhone na back to ma na wan ka senya usika so ate
Sister, next time Kati call or what? Dial *959# and call 590mobile.com.gh. Not to be 590 mobile. Head down some.
Protect yourself from germs and bacteria with confidence. Cleanse hand soap effectively kills 99.9% of germs with every use. Perfect for all your hand washing moments throughout the day. Available in a variety of variants and delightful flavors. Choose Cleanse for yourself, your family, and friends. Make Cleanse your daily essential. The GC brand. It's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
Let's clean soap.
My friends, I'm a very happy man. Let me share my testimony. I needed a home at a prime location, but I didn't have enough money. The little I had was too small to buy even a studio apartment, but a friend of mine introduced me to invest to own from Priority View Homes. I invested the little money I had for only 2 years. True to their word, at the maturity date, I qualified for a 2-bedroom luxury apartment at a prime location in Accra. Now look at me, living in my own home without the usual hassle. If you want a stress-free home to live in, I would advise you to sign up to their invest-to-own policy in partnership with Omni Basic Bank and say cheers to a new home. You may call Priority View Homes Limited on 055-588-2294 or 024-4068-477 and you will never regret you did. Priority View Homes. There's no place like home.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Roll it.
Baby, I shit. See, can I lock it? Baby, I block it. So, yeah, my baby, more. Yeah, then I befa. Oh, befa. Yeah, then I befa. Go, go. Yeah, no, make ya just to get to. And Ramanda, into the diet, moto. Or Brian, say, Miss your bitch, no be lie, shit, be ya, shit, obia, ya, shit, chale, no be lie, shit, be ya, shit, obia, ya, shit, chroma, shit, baby, shit, see, canal,
Abla body a play about when Papa mo boni mo yanko pona ni on to onye ni my enye easy my because enye easy ntimi nkasa asese ntimi nkasa ensesa be fa no normal sin the first ni there waja say yanko pode we bi ma wa na why na ye sin first no
abrabo ni there more thing ti e sen e beko e say yeah dollar ba form so send your nyama ne tie no saa ne tie anka ka itimi se ka economy ayi no na ka bu se ka itimi fa ni pa dwuma mu ne ade ene ne ehu se economy na ayi ba ye kan se economy na ayi so ye hu hwe kola no gufie ye mo ma wie school ye mfa wo madwuma ene bia ne se nurses ne we ya ye mfa wo madwuma no ababone de memwa de ma awfo ne ble omosa jiska wo ye nchen obi a wie school aka so nya adwuma bi ye na ye ho han no ene omo mo nya sa jiska wo ye nchen etoduani di nti musa abrabono emu enye mresa
ye tia na si because abanada no was no petrol no kosoro mama baba ito so akra se still kwa na ekoso nti ene abanda da no ne aba hofo no mu nyina mu yepe ebi nsin bi because 1 year mu nie ene ma twa ne yatum yesi dollar kofem enso niema enko fam ye kasa yesi anwa emo na nipa dodo se na di emo nipa dodo se na di anwa ye ntiti so pass so ye ntinji so ye nti car so ye so ko habo so ko yi nu ko yi car sa wa usaro ma twa atro ba ko du a enye ize nti niema ye nti so ye yi bibia so ye nti still mudi na e di na ma sisa ban mu no still kwa na e ko so difference dey anim bio because 1 year ni nie na say ya to petrol mu a pure say pure 70 pesos ade nti na say e we say e ko sa because one yen ka say ekufo ado ye bokro no ti so mba bibia be sisa e say mo abade new seconds e new 2 years e new 1 year mu nie enye ize ti say yem no ye mako school kura no bra ti say ye ma twufo friend kwa na yem hihie by first no nyame anu kwa na nti sa ye ma ne bo mo ka kire say da say de enye ize me ba ka kire me say da me nnuan ma ka chi ni de omo de ne be ye di nkura sen yen ye de ti ye de nti na e be say ka say emu ye say emu ye
this no matu mudodo ya ne etu aba ne mo mo but ni omo de ye na anu ode omo opposition ni omo ka no omo ba the same thing anu omo ye o ja se sa o opposition na so obi de anya o ba o so mi ehunu se ni o ye de e better se na obi de but omo de no so the same thing nti ye de ye hunu so omo tutu diesel mu ye lole fa ye ntu so mai nti adaba fo ye asem ni se omo hunu ye mobo be si na abane ba ni papers ye nti so ye tie ye nti so ye ni ye to na ye to akwa ni nyina anye asusu ye sika ni de ni omo ji anu moji
ablabo mu nya because bibia nkoso fama ye because this year first no na ye station to me to be 20 cars this year we took car be 5-7 entirema adwuma sem so kura so ye basa entirema adwuma sem nya ablabo mu so ba ye diama ye anema body mo ye dempa because this year no utopia tabako 1 cedi e dey to se basa unto first no utopia 50 pesos but this year utopia tabako 1 cedi masa na me kura me pon adwuma me nya sen na be utopia 1 cedi masa kofuka 8 cedi sadako asa ko fie ntino masa ablabo ma ye den o eni so abana betina hu bibi na se enema botuma ba forma ye den eni o momodian se ma enema aba form kakra na se de mo ye de papa to kwa yentumi nto
ablabo no mu ne de se me hwe zisia ha no masiko na etina because se me hwe 2024 krampuna na ye se we are say the crown na ye feel better but omoti opposition omubo yen chi sa omubo abana otisu na chi sa we see agufo do ni ba omi aka say Ukraine Russia kontokwa enti ama affect yen atofo sen na finance minister ani Sami Jamfia o na koto gold anu see Ukraine for ni Russia for kontokwa then I ain't gonna afford the can but and Iran ni US front ko Albano almost anything am say no petrol erezi kosoro because France ukoko fodua now top 500 na say in and out no top 500 na say we be coin na to ba na top 700 what you say na we gain ba omo ka say ba mo say omani majo na dollar mimi ya gana ni mintu kwa nkwablo chire mitimi memu anu se dollar na anwoka nwasem mfa so mimi nya ohun ene ne we midi cedi dollar no nia oye abrochi adwuma okọ abrochi up coming down onu na okọ osisa dollar onu obi okoyika o habo omu na munya mfa so na yeti mamufo na yeti omani mu ankasa no ye dollar no ye mu mfa so bi ekoduma e abambi aba no we can dey tada no one be di scanner ba.
Voices from the market. Kwame Nkrumah Circle drivers expressing their views. Samuel Akom is still here with me. He's been doing the Vox Pops. I'll come back to you shortly. to sort of summarize for those who don't understand what was just said. But this June, don't just watch a World Cup, live it. With over a decade as an official FIFA sales agent, Match Experience Hospitality brings you premium access to football's biggest stage with VIP seating, exclusive lounges, gourmet dining, and priority entry. No stress, no hassle, just pure football luxury. It's more than a ticket, it's the World Cup experience. So now you call 055-155-1119. That's 055-155-1119. Visit matchexphospitality.com or walk into any Absa branch. The 2026 World Cup experience is brought to you by Match Experience Hospitality, Absa Bank as your official banking partner, and Glyco as your official travel insurance partner. Groma is rough. So what are the drivers saying?
So the drivers, let me start with the very first driver. What he was saying was that life has become a bit harder, and that he has been hearing that the dollar, the Citi to dollar has reduced a bit, yet things remain the same for them. And then he also goes on to say that there are no jobs. He has some kids who have completed school, yet no jobs for them. And each time his kids call to ask for money, he gets a bit on the edge because of how things are. Mm-hmm. The second driver comes in to say that petrol prices went down earlier last year, but then it has gone up again, and that spare parts prices still remain high. They've not reduced. It's been over a year, and prices are still not better. That is according to the driver 2. Then driver 3 also comes in to speak about the diesel prices. I think his vehicle uses diesel.
Okay.
Let's know.
When did you talk to these?
Exactly. I spoke to these people around 4:30 p.m. Yesterday, 4:30 p.m. onwards. So
the new. The fuel reductions had not yet kicked in.
Yes, it had not yet kicked in. It was after that announcement came. Okay. So he was lamenting how diesel prices have gone up, but they've not increased lorry fares for them, because it's when diesel prices go up and they increase fares, that is when they also sort of make their money. He also goes on to mention the spare parts a bit and says that tire prices have also not, reduced. Yeah. Then driver 4 comes in to say that initially they used to move about 20 cars from the station to some parts of the country. That is when they also generate revenue. But now, if you come to work, maximum cars that will move to other parts of the country will be 4 cars instead of the 20. So it means that the drivers are losing revenue in that regard. And then he also goes on to say that now sachet water is going for 70 cedis.
70 pesos.
70 pesos, and then 1 Ghana cedis. And that has also compounded issues for him. Then the last driver who just spoke also says things are the same for him. 2024 was a bit relatively better, but for now, things have not really changed. Things are
I think for the traders as well, it was quite mixed. Some
traders were also
people
mixed.
Were not buying.
Yeah, people were not buying, and then fares are expensive because they have to go in for their goods, and they go with vehicles, and also fares are expensive. Some traders also say that some of their colleague traders are wicked because instead of selling certain items at certain prices, they have increased the just to shortchange and make more profit. Some also say that initially rice prices were high, but now if they go to this particular woman sells Anguamo, she used to buy rice at a certain amount, but now if she goes, it's reduced. So that has affected how she sells. And so if you come to buy rice, the quantity, you get more portions. You get more portions of the rice. Then phone traders also came in to say that initially people used to come to buy more phones, but now they are not really selling. That tells about the purchasing power of Ghanaians. So those were the sentiments basically of the traders.
I'll come to a couple more groups shortly. You say you spoke to students?
I spoke to students, I spoke to Okada riders, and then
other people.
Regular people, other people as well.
Well, we all know that life doesn't wait for payday. Whether it's school fees, a business emergency, or finally starting that project, you need a partner who says yes. Yeah. That partner is Blue Financial Services Ghana. With Blue Finance's iFinance app, you can get a loan disbursed in as little as 4 hours. No queues, no endless paperwork. And if you're looking to grow your money, Blue investment rates are among the most competitive in the country. Download the Blue iFinance app on the Play Store or the App Store. Call 0303-968-196. WhatsApp us directly on 0501-609-958. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Snapchat. Blue Finance, trust in Blue. Okay, so who else are we speaking to? Or did you speak to?
Let's go to Okada riders.
Okada riders. Still at Circle.
Still at
Circle. So all these guys are they at the same place or different parts?
Not at different parts of Circle. So you have the station on the right hand part. I moved to the other side,
which is
where
for the
commuters, usually
taking
go
trotro.
to take trotro.
That's where the phone sellers are.
Where the phone sellers are, and then the students as well. Then I moved to the other part, getting towards the place that got bent.
Yes,
getting towards Adabraka, GCV, that area. That's why I spoke to the commuters.
All right.
Yeah.
So you have Okada riders.
Yeah, Okada riders.
I see. And you asking about the economy.
Yeah.
Okada job at Circle here. Okay. And how life is going on successfully upon this government. This government, we are experience good life, but it depends on how the job is going. Like the Wakada job, now we are plenty inside the system, and the police people too, they like to be worrying us for the job inside. And let's take like this motto is for someone, and I pick it to do small and get something to feed myself and feed my family at my place. And the police people, they catch me today and I didn't get anything, and they'll even waste my time, and by the end too they'll take money from me. I will not even get anything by the end. Although it still wastes your time, and then when the time that they will leave you to job, you job, you not gonna get anything to the house. That's how life is, and it's which we are basing on this job. We don't have any job to be doing because we are basing on this one to be doing small to feed ourselves and be feeding our family too. That's how life is. Okay. To me, this government is doing good. To me, like how life is going on, I'm saying like it's going to the right direction. It's because of this conflict war that is just make the fuel increase, and then things is going hard small. But apart from that one, let's remove that one aside. Life is going on successful. Now if we check about how food, we have been buying food to be eat, and then buying things, now everything has been reduced. And then if we check about the dollar, everything we use the dollar to buy. In Ghana here, market people nowadays, they have been talking that everything is going on successful.
Things no they move on well with where the police people too they disturb we. You understand? People know they time like that. We they get small. The police people they disturb we here and there. They don't we don't know what you go do again, boss. So make the president talk to the police people. They make the police people see say we be citizens. You understand? Then they do it like we be strangers. But we not be strangers, boss.
Oh, yeah. But they high Canadian police for no. Any Sukura for no. Any man probably for no. Police station me and son omu disturb here too much. And no high pa. And Zambara for no so the omu high the ejim ewo jumanu to omu high too much. And no ka police for no say komu ye wa no mu you omu free mu. Which I say, by Ghana for a Jumana Kakra, Jumana, Jumana Kakra, and Edino, Namusa disturb, and you're fine. Until Shra Bani say, Oma Canis Commandano, on all Moncasa, because I have you, or my police phone have you, or high too much. As I said, Nimamu, I will from Akrama, I will from, and to say first now, Nimano, a Pajala, go back to the Adechi, Bokwane, say to she said, Antissa, first motorway. Yafa say first time na joma ma wo no na moto yi kura na nduru 4,000 ba MPP ba moto we ya ekoya kwa 13,000 ba se a don joma ba no o matisu ama nte ba ni manu de ye man.
So those were Okada riders from Nkrumah Circle also expressing their views on the economy. I think this one is easy to understand. Some spoke English, but basically still mixed reactions. Complaining about the police a lot.
And some also saying that people know Daytown. So the motto is day, but people know the board, the motto for them.
Daytown.
Yeah, people know Daytown. And then some also mentioned the price stabilization. Some said that when the current president was in office around 2015-2016, motor prices were around 4,000 cities. Now, when the new government came between 2016 to 2024, prices shot up to about 13,000 cities. Now it has reduced again, so they're able to purchase more motorcycles for their work.
Wow.
And then some also spoke that things are quite better for them. So generally, the Okada riders, whereas they shared mixed sentiment, most of them spoke that things are quite good for them, except for the police, worrying them on the road and all.
Who else did you speak to?
Then we also spoke to students and then people.
Let's hear students. The students.
Actually, I thought after undergrad, I was going to, find some good and then comfort zones, but I realized that there's more to it after undergrad. And then being in it is making me see things very, very clear. But then I'm hoping for the best. I'm still working things out. Hopefully we'll come out the top. So yeah, 2021, food prices used to range around, especially fried rice with chicken, probably get 2 or with egg. Used to range around 15 cities, 20 cities. But now, 40 cities, you are just hoping for a single chicken, and then hopefully he or she would add an egg. And then you could tell the difference just within 5 years, how things have really, really escalated and changed. So yeah, with food pricing and then even with hostel pricing as well, it's been very, very, very difficult and tedious. Especially, we actually thought the school was going to help us, especially with the time that when the off-campus hostels shot their price up, and then we pled with them that the school should intervene for us. Brunei complexes and then the hostels were also shooting up their hostel price. We're like, really? So who's going to speak for us? So it was really, really something. But then, so yeah, we are just hoping for a better economy. Generally, I hope that when it's from the top, definitely it will descend down and affect every economy and every sector that we have here.
I spent 15 cedis in and and 15 cedis out. I start Medina, Pantambo could be their side. And at first it was around 7 cedis or so. But now when I'm coming, it's 10 cedis. From home stay when I'm coming, it's 10 cedis. And in terms of the food too, the food there. It's costing in our school. There's a woman in our school called Applied. Hey Charlie, hey, I don't go lie. It's costly, yeah. Because the food I'll buy at my place, that will reach me. I'll go and buy it there and it won't reach me.
With the last government, I wouldn't say I was working then. I was schooling by that time. So I can't say the same thing for now. Food price, I think, is still the same, not changing. They are claiming the dollar prices are coming down and stuff, but still the prices are the same.
So far, this government, like food prices, transport, and everything has been cool. It's better than the previous government. Yeah, for instance, like I think Nanado's time, dollar rose up 20, like it was too much. But right now, when Mama came, the dollar came to 10. Some things have reduced, some things are okay now. Some people too enjoy Mama's government too. So most of the people in Ghana, they enjoy Mama's government than Ghana's government. And when it comes to transports too, transports me, I don't really like, how will I say it? I don't really go out.
So those were students. And then the final group were just regular people with no basic grouping. Okay, let's hear them. And then I'll speak to Dr. Ritwanetiahene, who's somebody who understands the economy a bit well, to ask him what's going on with this. Like, all the numbers seem good on paper. CD is doing well, the inflation is low, reserves have been built, and then yet people are complaining. So what's happening? So these are just regular Ghanaians, the last batch. Okay, all from Nkrumah Circle.
Yes, please.
All right, let's hear them.
Our mindset of voting, simply because if President John Mahama is even given 30 years in power, he cannot do anything, simply because there are some other businesses that the government must make sure you invest, or you understand, do something about it. But the government is not doing anything. So this is a situation whereby even both NDC and PP, we the Ghanaian youth are ready now to change our mindset of voting, so that 2028 we look for another political party and vote for that political party. Well, these people, they are always looking, they are calling themselves honorable. And the name honorable simply means in Akan, like Enumuniam, and the favor that Ghana has been taken by, they've shared it among their families.
Abrabon the reality, because me who is Sabia, Sabia, or who are told no Sabia Abrabon, but say, in Cosone, oh, yeah. Oh, no, who I say, about for a money, and the versus the bathroom. Oh, Stra, Sapa give you. See, I'll call back at Massa and your money body. So, it is a tip at the end to be too quiet. Oh, what to call the ocean was so to call so me to call Diablo Chia Sabi and call that. But what quite Chabia over Crano, as you didn't as I see Croyaso. Salad na go me who difference be o.
Kakra me can say dollar and the above from and Citi ni so stabilize. Ne mom enema yeto no e de ne boarding. Say mo ya say afri kra ya ne pe mo papa no. E mo bo ha mentime mo ni din wo ha. Ya ne still gina ho na 2 jimini de ne wo from kra. Na ne ya ne pe de den de e wo soro.
kɔkɔɔ sɛ kɔkɔɔ kora ɛto so ne bɔɔden kɔkɔɔ deɛm to baako 5 cedis nso kɔ ɛyɛ market a ɛduro nyɛ 20 cedis nti maa no ɔmo tɔn nneɛma nketenkete na ɔmo na ɛha adwene ɛna dɔba asofoɔ no nso ɔmo nso ɛtwa abɛ nyɛ saa deɛ anka nneɛma ayɛ cool kakra paa wohwɛ deɛ nsesan kakra bɛm mɛm yɛ businessman nneɛma ne yɛtɔ no hu sɛ yɛtete so kakra ɛna wokɔ nso a wobɛkɔ bɛba no na boɔ no ɛyɛ stable kakra fine stable paa nti maama deɛ ɛyɛ kakra na ne ministers no bi ɛne ne nkurɔfoɔ no bi na ɛgu n'anim aseɛ na saa deɛ anka it's okay.
Oh, this is gold. This is priceless.
I tell you.
So what is 2GB?
No, 2GB right.
Was it a mono?
I want from God. 2GB.
From but 2GB is apart from
2GB.
You know 2GB?
Yeah, you know 2GB.
2GB is the right guy. You know, broken rice, like when you put water on it, you know, it's
tuna shema.
Tuna yebe.
Yeah.
I bet send it 20.
People use it to do watches sometimes.
Yeah.
The broken rice.
Yeah.
So this challenge.
To say yeast.
So what I find interesting is a lot of people actually are economically very informed. They understand the issues around the currency, but they still see like it's not. I mean, I don't know.
Structural.
Who is on the line, Fred? Who am I talking to? You are here to call him.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, so Dr. Richmond is a banking consultant, a financial analyst, and I'm calling him to just help me make sense of what we've heard. Doc, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Bernard. How are you?
I'm well. We've spoken to different groups. So first to traders, and then we spoke to drivers, Okada riders, students, and then ordinary people. And the sentiments are generally mixed, but err on the side of negative. That people understand that on paper things may have been better. They say the city has stabilized and the rest of it. But it looks like things are still very hard for people. What am I missing here?
Thank you very much, Bernard. The missing link is there are some variables that have brought us the missing link. And I'll quickly go into it one by one so that we can appreciate the missing link. There is a complete disconnect. There is a disconnect between the good figures of inflation, the city stability, the trade surpluses. The simple put is that, inflation went up to 54%. I think 2022, 2023, thereabout. But coming down, it has not reflected in the downward pricing and services. That is the first one. Inflation took the lead, but as inflation took, the prices went up, but it hasn't come down as it went up. So it's a gradual process, and that has also affected the mixed feeling that people are saying. And another one, Bernard, that is very interesting, is the decline purchasing power which emanated from 2022-23 economic crisis. Wages and income have lagged behind since the inflation went to 54%, dropping to 28, 23, 20. So wages and income, especially the informal sector, inflation has actually eaten. Whatever they hold now cannot be said before 2021 or 2022 earlier. So all these factors are making the figures really not appreciative. And I believe that until we get a system where these things can be addressed, there will always be the lag between the decline in income, the real income. When I mean income and wages, maybe salary would have been increased by 10%, but you asked me for God, inflation went to 54%.
But inflation has come down. But inflation has come down seriously too. Now it's about 3.something%. All right. And so should that not hold on? What we understand by inflation is that higher inflation erodes your income. So if I'm paid 1,000 cedis and inflation is 50%, it means my purchasing power reduces by 50%. So if inflation comes to below 4%, it should preserve my purchasing power. So how come inflation has come down and people are still saying things are expensive?
Because there is a lag. There is what we call lag. The lag is a delayed effect. Delayed effect is that as it went to 54, coming down to 3.3%, there is a delayed effect. Delayed effect means that the way it went up, it doesn't really come down It doesn't really come down up to the 3%. And that is why once incomes are very lagged behind, apart from the inflation that went up, the purchasing power has gone down. And purchasing power going down means that it has eroded the purchasing powers on average Ghanaian. And that is a critical part of it. No matter how the figures you see, what you see, inflation is 3%. You've forgotten that between the 54, whatever savings you had, possibly end up in negative. And if you end up in negative, you're not going to recoup the negative to get the positive. Even to get to the 3% from the negative, it's going to take you a reasonable time for that to be. And another thing, Bernard, we'll talk about is the structural issues in our economy. This is areas where I think we haven't taken it serious over the years. Look, somebody cultivates tomatoes at Akumadai, Afrancho, or yams in the Kitikrachi area. Last 3-4 years ago, you could have delivered these yams from Akumadai to Accra within 5 hours. Today, it will take you more than 10 hours to bring tomatoes from Akumadai, Francho, or Kitikrachi. And all these structural issues are that we have poor road systems, inefficient railway systems. We don't even have efficient railway system. In countries where you have this structural efficiency, you see that inflation and the cost of living is always better than what we have. And that is where people don't seem to understand. Even if you get inflation at zero, the produce at my village, by the time you bring it to Accra, the transport, the wastage alone can affect prices. That's why food, in the economy where food is expensive, that economy cannot be said it is one of the best.
All right. On food, there were mixed answers. Some of the people said rice was relatively cheaper, but I think a lot of people complain about transport and also seem to say that drivers were cheating them. I don't know what you make of that. How critical is transportation in people's personal finances?
It's too critical. I mean, you can't develop a country without good infrastructure like efficient train system. Once upon a time, Bernard, during my age, you could travel from Takoradi to Odunkwa to Obuasi to Kumasi without using even a vehicle. You go by train. My first time I came to Accra, I think it was in Prempeh College. I think in the early 70s. I came by train, and we sit in the train in the night. We come here in the morning. Today, all these things has been dissipated. So what you're talking about inflation, it is not so much that things are improving. The structural rigidities and the rigidities in the system is also impeding the impact of inflation on average Ghanaian. If you have an efficient railway system where you can harvest tomatoes at Akumadai and get to Accra in the night and get to Accra in Kumasi, the food inflation in Ghana could be minus. And you have traveled. Any economy where food inflation is high, that economy is no more economy. If you go to America, for instance, food
but my challenge is that food inflation is low according to the data we receive. So why are people, why is it? Is it that the middlemen are not passing it down? Is it that the traders are making profits? Because food inflation, if you look at statistical service numbers, food inflation is very low. You get it? So why are people still complaining?
Bernard, when you look at the figures, we cap up the figures, those of us who do research, you see, all things being equal, we call it ceteris paribus, all things being equal. All things being equal, if you have efficient transportation and railway system, all things will be equal. Unfortunately, ceteris paribus, all things are not equal in Ghana. So you can have the data produced by the statistical so and so. But the reality on the ground, I went to Kumasi recently. I was coming by with a car, and I found tomato plantain that has broken down and turned into it has rot and it is getting rotten. I mean, we shouldn't take the fact inflation is just figures alone. All these things dovetail into higher inflation in the economy. So the earlier we tackle it, once upon a time, you could get these things from Kumasi overnight. Tomatoes will be in Accra. But now it doesn't happen. So the middlemen or no middlemen, let us face the realities that the structural imbalances, serious structural infrastructural imbalances is part of the problem. You
All
can
right.
have a good inflation in Accra.
Let's talk
But
about
if-
let's talk about the CD. A lot of the people said they appreciate the fact that the CD has appreciated against the dollar, and some people said they felt like it was more stable. Should that not translate into something more tangible than we heard in those voices? Of course, this is just a sample of people we spoke to. Maybe they were having a bad day, so we are not necessarily generalizing that that's what all Ghanaians think. But generally, the sentiment was like, you know what, things are still hard, even though the CD has stabilized. So is it that the stability of the CD is overrated? Is that what it is?
Yes, Bernard, thank you very much for this intelligent question. You know, whenever we talk about stability of the currency, what people have forgotten is that anytime the CD stabilizes, the export sector suffers. The reason being is that if the CD is fixed as 10 and I export and I come and get 10, what will be the incentives for me to export rather to import? So when we say the CD has stabilized, we have 14.5 reserves. All these things are made to support the import mentality that we have. We need to begin to change the concept to see that if we use an export methodology instead of import methodology, people will not be dwelling too much about it. Because you see, a country that imports literally everything, tomatoes, onions, I mean, things we can grow from here, things we can grow even in my village, we import it. So you see, the importers will always be telling, oh, the CD is stable, we're getting what we want. What have you produced to be able to sell? It is the gold that went to $5,000, which is now 4,000 something. Cocoa, which is used to 10,000, which has come to about $3,000. And then good enough, Bernard, you brought me to an area which I came to you some time ago when people were insulting me. When I say remittances, and I'm very glad to speak on your platform. I went on your platform some time ago, and people were just insulting me. The president himself, one of the things he mentioned in his address, he said remittances are shot up to 7.8 billion. So it is not only gold, it is not only cocoa, or remittances. So all these things comes in, and then instead of we expanding the base of export, we expand the base of import. So the importers are very happy. You hear some imported companies, I won't call their names, they will even give award because the CD has stabilized at the detriment of export. So we need to be looking at it so that we will rather encourage exporters to export more rather than importers importing every goddamn thing to this country. So that is why you find people saying that we don't see it. They don't see it because when they import it, they don't even bring it down. They price it as the way they price it. But if we were producing it,
so
here,
the importers are reaping the windfall and not passing on the cheaper. Because if the CD was 16 or 12 or 15 or whatever, and it's now 10, and therefore the importer brings the thing in cheaper, you would think that would lower the price. But it appears that it's not happening. So could we then say that the importer is the one reaping the windfall?
They could be part of the problem. They could be part. I always said, because me, I'm an exporter, I've exported before. So I would always encourage the exporters rather than importers. So when they import it, they haven't changed the calculations or they pay their duties and they think we must make more to go and import more. I mean, we should rather, Bernard, let me use your platform. As a country, let us take the concrete step to talk about exports. Export of non-traditional, export of oil, or palm oil, or whatever you call. These things are doing very well in Ivory Coast. And we basically sit here and we do nothing. So that is the way when the importers are clapping, the exporters are crying. That is how the equation is. Because now you come and you get the same thing like the person who is taking it out. So why they intended for me to go, they need to go and export. So I also turn into importer. That is why most people are now, if you travel by my road, where I live, when I came in here, there were no shops now. Come and see, and every corner there is something there because selling important things have become the order.
So those are structural issues that must change. Let me talk about something the government announced yesterday. They said they are reducing diesel prices by 2 cedis, I think per liter, and then petrol by 36 pesos per liter. Looking at the importance of fuel prices, How significant will this be?
Well, if you ask me my candid opinion, once you have a stabilized currency and we're going to import, the little relief that's given to us would be able to have to support it. But whether it will translate, that's the question. But whether it will translate for the benefit of the consumer or the public, that is where the problem is. That is where the problem, because in other jurisdictions, the relief comes in and it trickles through to everybody. So those who are supposed to ensure that this relief that has been given must go down to the end point of the people, must do it, because any relief is a relief. And don't forget, it is also affecting the tax GDP ratio. You see, we have the lowest tax GDP ratio. Apart from Nigeria, we have the lowest in Africa. Because you're going to do relief, your projected tax GDP ratio is going to go down. So if it goes down, then we must make sure that it trickles down to an average person who take transport or buy petrol.
So it will work. Finally, I saw a comment on my timeline where a communicator of the opposition says, "You don't squeeze your people just to make the economy look good for the World Bank and IMF to praise you." And that seems to be a sentiment among some people that the numbers look good on paper because we have an IMF program. And in a sense, the good numbers may even be the response for people. They are squeezing the people. It's almost like they are two opposites. Is that really true? That you can have the numbers look good on the outside and then inside people are hustling?
Well, data would always prove. And one of my friends said that the fundamentals are good. I don't want you to mention a name. Once you get the fundamentals and you address the structural issues in it, it will reflect in the economy. That's why I spent quite a long time talking about structural deficiencies in the system. Because if interest rate, if policy rate is 14, and the average banking lending rate is 19, and the Ghana reference rate is 11 point something, and the inflation is 3%, there is a whole disconnect. There's whole disconnect. Disconnect in the sense that people who are borrowing to go and expand business cannot do it because it is very expensive. And it is one of the, if you take Nigeria, Ghana has got the highest private sector lending in West Africa. That is why I say that the figure may look good, but it is left to us to actualize or operationalize the figures, to let it trickle down to an average Ghanaian so that we say this economy is on the right path. And then let me even close my statement. I hear people talking about resilience of the economy. 2027 is a make or break for Ghana. I'm not frightening anybody. You check the data produced by the Minister of Finance, I think in November. 2027, we are making the first payment for the DDEP, 57 billion, in addition to 2.7 billion US dollar euro. And that is the time we can say if we're able to do it without any encumbrances, then we can say we have a resilient economy. Because if you're not able to settle that and you postpone it, then you're going to have another problem. So that is what I'll say, Bernard, for the time.
Thank you, Dr. Richmond Etuahene, banking consultant. Thanks for your insight. 8:51, the Citi Breakfast Show. Caleb, more comments on this
Bernard,
matter.
my economic situation can be better. I have unmet expectations. I reckon I only have to work harder, focus more, and save more. One of the gentlemen Samuel spoke to clearly is a politician. Jesse sent this from Sacramento. The sachet water or pure water business, before it was meant to be sold for 30 Ghana pesos. They've been selling it at 50 pesos for a very long time, and we've been buying it without complaining. The excuse they used to give was that they didn't have 20 pesos as change, which gave them a 60%, which gave them an excess of 60% profit margin. With a new retail price of 10 cedis. Okay, even if they sell it at 50 pesos, they will still make their profit. But no, they've decided to sell it at 1 Ghana cedi. What sort of I read is that
I read
it cuts across all industries.
All right.
So about the drivers saying they aren't getting more passengers than before, they should think of the numerous Voxy cars carrying passengers across the country.
Okay.
Wisdom sent that from Gomo Akotse. Good morning, Bernard. With our current dispensation, though I must admit that there's still more to be done, we are far better off than the previous government. And even look at all the economic indicators, they tell you that the government is on the right track. Jones Aduboyela. Bernard, I've listened to the interview from my fellow Ghanaians concerning the situation at the moment. You realize that most traders are complaining that things are not good and that people aren't buying stuff. The typical Ghanaian won't tell you that it is well, even though they make gains. It is always bad than the previous year, according to them. Could it also be that buyers are also using other means of purchasing their items, such as online or through the shopping centers? It is the lifestyle of the ordinary Ghanaian. The onus lies on policymakers to properly streamline markets for ease of access and transaction. Kelvin sent that from Liverpool.
We want to hear more from you on this. Send us a WhatsApp on 053-9986-996. You may want to do this in different locations. So you did Circle yesterday. Probably go to Medina, and then you go to La Paz. Then there's Kasua. Then you probably go to Tema Ashaiman and see what, because I feel like there are different concentrations of people who have different, I don't know.
And I think I also engaged our editor for regional as well to get us some voices from, the other regions
to see what they
have a feel of what they also think.
What they are saying.
I love this conversation. You know, when the fuel prices actually went down before this Iran-Israel thing came up, I picked an Uber and I was engaging the gentleman, and they said that, you know, fuel prices had decreased. However, the charges that they pay, the percentage they pay to Uber had increased. And then they were, data had increased. The cost of data got better and all of that. But in terms of the percentage they were paying to Uber every other time, it had increased. So for them, even though fuel prices had reduced,
they were not getting
their
the
margins
benefits.
were not coming to them. And also, if you were doing the ride-hailing app and the car belonged to you, then you could make a lot more. But if you were doing work and pay, or you were making sales, then your ends were low, right? Again, when the city stabilized and, you know, there was respite for a lot of people, my friends who work in the diplomatic space, or those who earn the city equivalent of hard currencies, they were complaining, because if you're making maybe $1,000 and the cedi to a dollar was 16 at the time, you are making a lot more. If it came down to 10, the same thing you are earning, you are making much less. So when it got better for a lot of people, those within such spaces were not too happy. So it's like blind people, or visually impaired, feeling an elephant. People who have different experience, you know. So, and if you're a parent, you have students, you're paying school fees, it was a different reality for you. But all that I've heard so far, I reduce it to a number of things. I think and those are what will be the game changers for Ghanaians to feel the system better. So rent, right? Utility, food, transport, and employment. And I want to stick with the employment, starting from the back. You know, one of the big tickets policy or campaign promises the government made to a lot of Ghanaians was the employment angle. We still have a lot of people who are either underemployed or unemployed. And that is a critical part of the economy. If people are hungry, people are jobless, they've been to school several thousands or hundreds of thousands, and they are unemployed, it's a big deal. And I sincerely have not seen the employment side of things pick up. That hasn't happened for a lot of young people, so many are still very disillusioned. Now, for those who are in some kind of employment, there's a bit of hope unlike before.
Yeah.
If you speak to people, they tell you that, listen, now if you put 2 and 2 together, your ends will meet. And it's better than before. But there's still a lot more, because Jesse tells you that he still has a lot of unmet expectations. So there is that people have expectations, and of course, people's lifestyles also change with time.
Well, for me, what I'll add to what you've said is that when the economy grows, you need to look at where the growth is coming from. Okay, so if, for example, you've managed to increase your gold reserves because gold prices went up in 2025, so you can export the same amount of gold and get more money for it. And then you're also mining more because people in the informal sector are mining. Now you've brought in the gold board to regulate the sector. So now gold that people used to smuggle outside, it gets captured in. So the value gets in. But half of our gold is mined by large-scale mining companies who are mostly foreign-owned. All right. So what government gets from them is taxes. Okay. So you can say one of the reasons Galamsey hasn't gone down is that in a way the government is getting some of the small-scale gold to show up its reserves. Now when you have more reserves, some of that money that you use, so they have something they call the gold for reserve program. So government through gold board has a lot of gold. It can decide to liquidate some of the gold to buy dollars to make the currency strong. So you can say for that year, this is what the central bank has done. That is good for the paper. That is good for the numbers, right? So your government's balance sheet looks okay. Your exports from gold, your reserves are higher than before. But there's an important distinction he mentioned in terms of transmission. Okay, and then government decisions on what to spend its money on. So you've made a lot of money. You can decide to use the money to build reserves against a rainy day. You can also decide to use the money to raise people's salaries. If you raise people's salaries, you can decide to go and share the money in the street. Okay, I'm not saying they should do that, but people, and he mentioned people's real incomes. So, and again, when you say inflation is coming down, it just means that the rate at which prices are going up has slowed down. But you need to look at prices related to last year. Okay, so the rate of price increase, which is one of the traders said, Ghana, then nothing comes down. So your numbers can look good on paper, which is good, because if like your currency keeps depreciating, importers will pay more for their imports, and therefore if you want to even buy a Toyota Vitz for a taxi, it's more expensive and all that. But there are different issues going on. Port charges may be higher. So even though the currency is strong, port charges are higher. Importers may be taking the windfall and not passing it on to the end user. You may be growing more tomatoes and rice, but transportation costs make it more difficult. You get it? So it's a very complicated situation, which is why I think you are right. Job creation is the issue. If the government really wants people's lives to be better, you need to put money in things that make it possible for people to get work. So yesterday we discussed TVET. If people go to do technical vocational education and yet cannot connect an electricity socket, you get it? He may not be a good electrician. Now, if the housing sector is booming, electricians will get work, plumbers will get work, masons will get work. You need to put your resources in things that are income stimulating and job, and we are not seeing some of that. Yes, 1 year may be short, but I feel like the government needs to really think carefully about what all of this means for real people. Okay. Yes, some of the people may be a bit cynical, saying that the governments are the same. Yes, it's true. Politicians generally are the same. All right. Some may say, well, we don't see the difference. But trust me, if you had a rapidly depreciating currency, we're all in Ghana in 2022. We saw how difficult things were. Okay. But there's need for a lot more work for the thing to be real. The government's own data tells us that 70% of people, I think they interviewed, Musa Danko interviewed some people, 70% of respondents said job creation is the most important problem they face. There's no work. Okay, so there's the difference between politics and big numbers and then work. And the last thing I'll say, IMF program ends sometime in August. Okay, we don't know whether that means that the government will lose its own fiscal discipline. But even that fiscal discipline, there must be a balance between fiscal discipline and also freeing up money in a productive sector. Okay, so you can keep the numbers good, inflation is low, reserves are high, currency is stable, but people will still be suffering because the money must go into things that are job creating. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Revenue.
And I feel like this is a beginning of a reality check. Yeah. I'll be interested to hear what people in other regions are saying, and also other parts of the country and the city.
So like mining communities, all those things.
The things that affected them the more.
Yeah. Akoto, what are you saying on this issue? People.
Is it not 2 Jimmy there?
2 Jimmy
no.
2 Jimmy.
The thing is, whatever the people say is what it is. Whatever the people say is what it is. That is what it's always been. If they say they are hungry, they are hungry.
So
no explanation will change the perception or the feeling that they are hungry. Whatever the motivation is, be it political, be it whatever, that's just what the person feels. Okay.
Right.
Is there a way to provide a more balanced outlook? Again, it will come from the people, and I think Akom did a good job of giving us that balance. Some people said things were okay, some people said things were not really good, but bottom line is they need to figure out that balance between job creation, imports, exports. It's where the real work lies. 24-hour economy, we are still not seeing head or tail of it, because it was supposed to be a key cog in the unemployment drive. Markets are being built, but the policy has been launched, but it hasn't really been actualized for people to say, well, I'm a beneficiary of this 24-hour economy. Our factories employing more. So we need to see some of these things become a lot more effective, a lot more practical.
Somebody said something that I thought will set the politicians thinking. One of the listeners, one of the people said, a year and a half into Akufo-Addo's administration, they saw free SHS.
Yeah, one huge government
and
policy.
So what big policy has the government introduced? Now, that's very interesting to hear for a government that has announced many things. Big push. They've announced it. They say they are doing roads. Yesterday, they launched free primary health care. I don't think it's resonating as much because, you see, somehow the way free SHS is, in terms of, it's a clear no school fees for secondary school. And I'm bringing this to say that sometimes politicians take some of the decisions they take because of some of these responses, right? Because now the government is announcing different things. Oh, we are doing this, that. The guy says, Charlie, of course, just one person who said it, but you can get the sense of what he's saying that, look, we can't see any one big thing. Now, is that a good thing? Should the government do one big thing, or should government do many, many small things?
It can be
all right?
dangerous.
Can you, is it a fair assessment to say, okay, we saw free SHS, it was a big policy, it was a bold policy, some people didn't like it, but the truth is that our school children went to school without school fees. Okay. Now they're saying you are in power for a year and a few months. Where's your big policy? And this is the same week that they launched free primary health care. And they've said big push is going to do a lot of roads. Okay. Do they just need more time?
No,
or do they just need to think about a different prioritization? What's happening?
The 24-hour economy is a big project. It's a big policy. If done well. It's just a different part of the economy. Okay. Again, I understand the popularity of the Free Sinai School because of just how everybody has a school going child in his family. So it was bound to be something that every family would feel. Okay. The 24-hour economy is slightly different. Not everybody is of working age. Not everybody is interested in perhaps being employed in the categories that are outlined. And we still are not very clear. Again, there was clarity for Free Senior High School. This band of the education sector is free. There's still no clarity on what the 24-hour economy is.
Why is there
big push?
Why is there no fee stress not such a big news? Is it because the university students are not that many?
Again,
and also because, or is it because just first year?
Yes, it's the same. It's the same concept, if you ask me. Okay, so there's just a lot of different things happening. Again, they will tell you, well, the kind of things they have to fix are pretty different from what the previous government had to fix, and that some of the things they have to fix, the limitations they have, are born out of decisions that were taken, and some of them we can prove. I mean, the Free Senior High School was very expensive,
very, very expensive, and affected
other
sectors,
of the economy that has.
But they could point to it and say, "We've done it."
And that's what I'm saying. It's there, but you can't recover from it because you are still trying to feed it. But that being said, they need to figure out that balance, and I think the slowdown in the 24-hour economy policy and pushing it is
my concern with him is that I think the policy will struggle because what it wants to do is under at least 2 or 3 different ministries. Some of it is export development. There's a Ministry of Trade, all right, then an industry. Okay, some of it is under agric. They want to build Agbeleduo or whatever they call it, right? Some of it, they want to be in 24-hour market. Some of it is under local government. The way our politics works, I don't see how these ministries will cede control of these big things. And there was even an infrastructure company. I don't see how, whether it's a Ministry of Trade or Ministry of Agric or Ministry of Local Government or even Ministry of Trade, Roads, will cede control of these things to a 24-hour economy secretariat, even though they have a law. So I feel like they will struggle. They may have to come and explain how they're going to do it. They are, because, you know, the thing about Ghana policy is that there's ownership. People must own a project to drive it. Right? And I don't see how. So I do hear some ministries or banks say, "Oh, we'll support you for economy," but I'm not sure if it's almost like it's doomed. It's doomed because of the way it is. It is cross-cutting.
Yeah.
Okay. Now think about the previous government. They tried to do special initiatives.
Yeah.
One village, one dam, one district, one factory. So the special initiatives was to push it. We don't know how successful they were in pushing those things, because a lot of time politicians, because they want to push things fast, will create a new vehicle to address it.
And that's the main problem too.
But the institutional knowledge lies with the existing ministry. True. And if the existing ministry doesn't feel inclined to push it as quickly as you want to push it, then it becomes an issue, right? Yeah. So I don't know. Because if I can, apart from the fact that they've passed the law, you don't seem to hear that much about it. So there's an interest. But the other thing I want to say is that we've also said that votes and the fear of electoral outcomes can affect sensible long-term decisions. Yeah. Now, if this is true for clearing people from a street, it should also be true for economic management.
Correct.
That sometimes you may have to do the difficult things that are not popular to set the platform for the important things that may be necessary.
True.
Okay, so I think we should be minded about that too, because sometimes you can say, let's do what the people want. Let me give you an example. You go for a loan from our first visit to the Eurobond market, 2007. We used some to buy prepaid meters, and we used some to increase people's salaries.
Consumption
right?
rather than investment.
It may be popular because people say, yeah, the government loves us and it has gone to borrow money, very expensive money, and increase our salary with it.
A long time.
But is that really what you want to do? As against borrowing money to build a power plant, which will give you electricity. So sometimes the public sentiment, and Godfrey is right when he says the public sentiment is what people are saying. But you are put there to make a decision that will make all of us better eventually.
Leadership.
Okay? So you have to balance between the public sentiment today and what structurally you must do to align the economy. That's why you are there. So because if you say don't listen to people when you want to clear them from the streets from selling because they will vote against you, then I feel like you must use the same reasoning around economic management to say there are some things that I'll do now which are not popular, but I have to do them because at the end of the day, if I don't do them, in 5 years' time we'll all suffer. You get it? So I think the elections and politics,
the system,
makes governance in these parts harder. And what makes it worse is that when they are in opposition, they say very crazy things. And when they come to government and you say the same things to them, they don't want to hear. You get it? So, I mean, the kind of things that people in government said in opposition, if you hold them against some of the things they said, I think there must be more responsible politics. Because if you want to do economic management that will save the country, some things must not be overly politicized. But these guys politicize the thing. So when MPP comes and says, Okay, now you to do, then they say no, you can't do politics. Do you understand? It's almost like when people get into government, then they begin to think nationally. When they get into position, everything is politics. You get it? And that kind of thing cannot develop a country. We have to get to a point to say, look, there are some difficult things we must do for an economy. All right, let's do those things in the interest of the nation. Let's play politics with other things. Yeah. But we play politics with everything, and already now we are suffering for it, and we don't know what to do. You get it? So I don't know. Anyway, we need to make money, so you to read a couple of things for me before.
Hello, beautiful customers at Absa Bank. Your security is a priority. Before engaging in any financial offer or investment opportunity, please take a moment to confirm through our official channels. Remember, Absa Bank will never request for your PIN, password, card details, OTP, or any confidential information via phone calls, SMS, email, or social media. So always rely on our verified communication channels and avoid sharing sensitive information with unverified sources. For assistance, please call 24/7 contact center 0800 100 790. Absa Bank, not just another bank. If you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor. It's perfect fit anytime. If you want a fruity adventure, try the delightful Piva orange fruit drink. We have if you want something exotic, also we have Piva cocktail fruit drink. It brings the tropics to you. We have grapefruit drink and Piva tangy fruit drink as well. So grab yours now at a local store near you. 0550 032231. Piva beverages, a taste you will love. Electroland, they are giving you weekly and monthly big rewards when you buy Samsung, TCL, Media, and Nasco Electronics anywhere in Ghana and from any authorized dealer or reseller. Buy your LED smart TVs, split AC, double door fridges, auto grill, gas cookers, washing machines, sound towers, microwaves, blenders, mobile phones, and more from Samsung, TCL, Media, and Nasco. Dial *928*888# or go to register.electrolandraffles.com to enter our weekly or monthly draws. Right. Approved by NLA Caritas platform. Electroland Ghana Limited, rewarding your patronage the big way.
So Sunny Gold Brown Sugar brought me some goodies.
Nice.
And Godfred came to my office to I want the right
to appropriate
them unfairly. No, you see. In Commonwealth Hall Vandal style. I mean, the people brought me some nice sachets of honey. So like if you do your tea and you put small honey,
thank you.
And then they gave me a sugar, like a Gary Soakins mix.
Wow.
And then Godfrey just came to appropriate the things and send them to his house in Dansoma. Can I not report to the police?
But you were there.
And then, he came to tell me later. Like he came to take the thing. He came to tell me that I've come to take the thing. So they will say which thief comes to announce that himself. So
but he gave a notice. So I think.
But you gave me the notice after.
But the point is, the appropriation was done under the supervision of
my office manager.
Of your office manager.
So that's collusion. That's what they call conspiracy. So when I go to court, you conspired with Awo.
Yes.
To deprive me of my property.
Yes.
And you inform me afterwards.
No, she pointed out which ones I could pick.
Look at that. Sunny Gold Brown Sugar has been consistent over the years. You can take control of your sugar intake in a more convenient way with your trusted Sunny Gold brand. We've introduced our sugar sticks in 10 grams and 5 grams. These are paper sachets, so very, very small. Perfect for hotels, restaurants, schools, homes, offices, or on the go, and even large gatherings like parties, funerals, and conferences. So Sunny Gold Brown Sugar comes in cubes, bottles, and sachets for all your cooking and bulking. Sunny Gold, a tradition of consistent quality. I wanted to say two things here. So there's always a tension between transformative, let me explain properly. A structurally transformative policy and a social intervention. Because some social interventions are necessary but more immediate short term. There are some which are very good. So for example, according to the World Bank, the best social intervention has been the direct payments to poor people. The LEAP program. As against, say, subsidizing petroleum prices. Because that's not pro-poor. If you subsidize petroleum prices, both drive V8 benefit more. Even though, yes, truck drivers may get a benefit and pass it on to passengers. So the government has to solve the tension between giving relief to people who cannot make money for themselves, opening up the economy for people to get jobs, and then also doing structural things that... So give me an example.
I have a question before you continue. What is the difficulty in translating the success of the LEAP program in terms of its implementation? Because if you read the literature and the reports on LEAP, its ability to target properly, its ability to monitor and work it out properly is unparalleled. So why is it that? Is it because it's not from us?
I don't know.
Because we don't seem to be able to translate that to some of the other policies that are similar to it, although it's still run by Ghanaians.
Good point. I've even heard the LEAP people come on air to explain how they do their targeting. What I do know is that because it's a World Bank finance or World Bank supported project, they've come up with a means of knowing who deserves the money. I think they do it through the Ministry of Gender. So there's like a counterpart side the government of Ghana supports. Sometimes the Ghana government side delays, and it affects the release of money from the side of the World Bank. I also don't think the numbers are that many. For politicians to take it that seriously. So this is the thing about politicians. For them, everything's about numbers, right? So for something even like school feeding. Yesterday, Kofi Asare was telling me that in every country, school feeding is designed to involve communities so that the communities bring their food and they find a way of subsidizing it to cook for the students. But in Ghana, we've converted it into a procurement opportunity for political supporters. So all the cooks are from either NPP, the Empower, NDC. So when politicians touch some of these very good programs, they destroy it. Okay. But you are right. I think the LEAP needs... We need to do some study on what LEAP has achieved. It was introduced, I think, under the Kufuor government, and it's been kept ever since. It's become more low-key because I don't know whether the money available is not that much. Okay. Now, what I was trying to say before his intervention was that there's things that you do directly for people to see the benefit. Pay their university fees, free SHS, free healthcare, all these social, they are really good, but they are not transformative and structural. Structural transformation requires other things. Freeing up capital for people to start their own business is structural transformation. Building land, giving land banks to people to get into agriculture. Building their roads so they can bring their produce back to the market. Okay, government would prefer to buy fertilizer and share to farmers so they can get votes, as against doing the hard things of, So I can understand something like the big push, because we know that when the roads are good, but the other structural transformation is like railways. Okay, because in most countries you use railway to convey things like food and things, because roads you have to keep. If you develop a railway over a 20-year period, food prices can come down. Over a 20-year period, you don't spend as much in maintenance.
True.
You get it? But the politician will do the road now because it's easier, it's shorter, it's quicker to do roads than to do a railway. And the issue of long-term price fall doesn't really concern him.
But that's why I thought it's dangerous that people judge the government by a popular thing that it has done. It's important, it's good for the politics, but the structural things are not noisy.
But is the politician, is the government itself interested? Are they themselves interested
in having a long-term
structural? Let me give you an example. Something that's not even very popular. Last month we did a whole show on water.
Yes.
Okay. Most people in peri-urban Accra say they don't have water to drink, or they have water once a week.
Yes.
When we interviewed Galus, investment in water has been very low.
Yes.
The government, you can get those numbers for me. The government spent less than $1 billion on water investment.
And much of it too is wasted.
Big push is all about roads.
Yeah.
And roads is almost 30 billion.
True.
Don't you drink water before you walk?
We do.
So why aren't we clamoring for water? Because nobody mobilizes around water for votes.
Exactly.
But people mobilize around roads for votes.
And also because...
So the politician has responded to that by saying, let's do big push. In addition to the fact that roads have their spin-off on food price. But my point is that water is life.
It is.
But I don't remember the last time any government decided that they're going to do a massive... Look, Galus was telling us, Galus is the name of the Ghana Water CEO.
Yeah.
He was telling us that a lot of the water systems are over 50 years old.
Obsolete.
Some are rotten.
Yeah.
You understand? There is no proper investment in water.
Yeah.
Yet you don't see any mobilization around people. Hey, give us water, I will not vote for you. But once they don't have the road, politician vote. So big push. Now I'm not against big push, but what I'm saying is that you see, the Chinese have an advantage over us. They don't do this MPP and DC thing the way we do it. So they can decide that you get it. I feel like we are not helping ourselves with our politics, and we are not doing the things that will in the long term help us. And even if it would, we do it quickly because we want to get votes.
It's always an inordinate rush to get a headline flagship program that is after 4 years or 8 years is going to end, and that's the thing.
That's the problem.
On the water issue, I will revert to what Kakra has always been saying about the people power agency and coming. You see, water storage tanks, when you drive around, are cashing in on this water issue.
Serious.
If you tune into radio, television, billboards, they are competing massively because every household in this city or in the country has a water storage tank because the taps will not flow. And once we've sorted that out privately, we do not worry about the public solution to water. So we have solved that. As for the road, it is too expensive for us to fix by ourselves, so we will be clamoring for the road and then we'll be shouting about the electricity. But once your tap is not flowing, you are restless and you get a poly tank, you fix it. Once you get that done, you move on to another problem. But that is not an excuse for the state not to fix our water supply. You understand? Because people are in deserts, they have their taps flowing.
But it's about prioritization, right? If people have found a private solution to lack of water by storing, then collectively we have sort of acquiesce with government decision to not invest in water.
Exactly.
You get it? Because we've decided that we will not. I'm not saying people should go and demonstrate, but water hardly gets the level of attention roads get.
But again, Bernard, water is water, so the state must not wait for me to even be protesting before it fixes the water issue. But the other issue, which is the main reason why we are doing this, is because our developments go ahead of our planning. Before, Godfred mentioned the other time that the new site of somewhere he lived, the whole place was redeveloped. Water went ahead, electricity, internet, roads went ahead before the human beings entered the spaces.
In which country?
He was mentioning the US sometime back, if you recall, right? But again, we are moving, we are expanding, our population is increasing, rural-urban migration is still a big thing. But who is thinking about how the city will look like in the next 10 to 20 years? And who is developing that master plan? And who is committing money to that?
Very interesting points.
And I think we as citizens, we've also played a role in all of this because it's not really our fault to do, because the politicians, the kind of politics they do in terms of the messages they sell. For example, prior to every election, they come selling policies, and they would want to sell a policy which will have long-term benefits because they think it wouldn't resonate well with the public. Now we're going to vote for the populist ideas. When they come and things are affecting us due to structural, difficulties, we tend to go again to complain. I'm not saying we shouldn't complain, but we should also look at a way to do the politics better. We shouldn't always look at if a politician comes in to say that I'm bringing in a long-term solution, are we going to support that politician? For example, 24-hour economy. Now we are saying that some people are saying they've not really seen a populist policy. A policy like free senior high school. If the 24-hour economy is made to work and work better, it's going to create jobs and do some other stuff. But have we really understood its impact? And is it also because we were sold so much expectations that now we are not seeing it, and so
lots of comments. We're still taking them. 053-998-6996. But do you know the latest slogan in town? It's part to part from GCB. It's no vibes. It's your chance to win mega gargantuan prizes. We're talking the ultimate experience or all expense paid trip to the Global Football Fiesta, plus monthly TVs, fridges, cookers, and many goodies. The prizes are not finished. Enjoy the winning team. Deposit and maintain 300 cedis or more in your GCB savings account or current account, and you could win big. From December 2025 to April 2026, save, win, go with part to part from GCB Bank. All right, Caleb.
The Business and Financial Times invites you to the third edition of the Women in Business WIB Dialogue Series 2026 under the theme From Market to Market Leader, Empowering Women, SMEs, and Young Women in Agribusiness for Sustainable Growth. The date is Tuesday, April 28, 2026. Time is 9 a.m. Lancaster Hotel, Kumasi is our venue. Women in Business Dialogue Series is an initiative aimed at promoting entrepreneurship, financial inclusion, and sustainable growth among women-led businesses in Ghana and beyond. This year's edition will provide the opportunity to connect, network, and learn from top business leaders, among others. Call us on 0209 457 427 or 0244 725 688. Our sponsors and partners are Ecobank, Gino, Unilever Ghana, the Bank Hospital. Our media partner Citi FM, Unia TV, 3FM, Asasi Radio, TV3, Hello FM, Kesben FM, and TV, Lawson Radio and TV.
Something good coming shortly. The team from Dosh Health Insurance will be talking to us about their new services and why that helps you. But if you're buying cement, talk to Diamond Cement. They are in Aflao, Takrady, and Buipe with the 32.5-hour grade and also the 42.5-hour grade cement. Diamond Cement is your affordable quality choice. When we come back, there's more. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Attention all Ghanaian students in basic to senior high schools. Want to win 15,000 Ghana cedis? Join the Kofi A. Terrier Good Citizenship Challenge now. Form a team of at least 5 students and embark on a community service initiative that will make a real difference. For more details, call 050-591-0960. The final submission deadline is 30th June 2026.
My friends, I'm a very happy man. Let me share my testimony. I needed a home at a prime location, but I didn't have enough money. The little I had was too small to buy even a studio apartment, but a friend of mine introduced me to invest to own from Priority View Homes. I invested the little money I had for only 2 years. True to their word, at the maturity date, I qualified for a 2-bedroom luxury apartment at a prime location in Accra. Now look at me, living in my own home without the usual hassle. If you want a stress-free home to live in, I would advise you to sign up to their Invest-to-Own policy in partnership with Omni Basic Bank and say cheers to a new home. You may call Priority View Homes Limited on 055-588-2294 or 024-4068-477 and you will never regret you did. Priority View Homes. There's no place like home.
Oh yes, are you looking to explore Ghana? Not sure where to begin? Why not let Ghana Tourism Marketplace help you plan the perfect trip? With Ghana Tourism Marketplace, you can easily book hotels, discover exciting tours, rent cars, connect with expert local tour guides, and explore destinations across the country, all in one place. You can also get tickets for amazing experiences like Movie in the Park at Platinum Bay Hotel, Uncle Ebo White Theatre shows, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park visits, Accra by Night tours, and many more unforgettable events. For more information, visit www.gtm.com.gh or email info@gtdc.gov.gh. You can also call or WhatsApp 050-123-3921 or 0202-700-720. Ghana Tourism Marketplace is brought to you by Ghana Tourism Development Company, your official gateway to discovering Ghana.
Every woman deserves hair that looks and feels amazing. It starts with the right product. BO16. After relaxing, your hair needs serious care. BO16 neutralizing shampoo removes all those relaxer residues and restores your hair's natural balance. Itchy scalp, dandruff wahala, BO16 treatment shampoo will rescue you. Leaves your hair absolutely divine. BO16 detangling conditioner. No more painful tagging and breakage. See how smoothly the comb runs through. Now you know my secret.
BO16. Express yourself.
This advert is FDA approved. The GC brand. It's all about you.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
So it's 9:33. We'll come back to some messages on this issue of people's personal economies and what they feel about the economy in relation to some of the successes of government in stabilizing the macroeconomy. But let's talk about health insurance. So Belinda Amu is the head of sales and marketing at DOSH Health Insurance. DOSH. Serious name. So, Belinda, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
For those who may just be hearing about DOSH for the first time, what or who is DOSH?
So, DOSH is a private health insurance scheme duly licensed by the National Health Insurance Authority.
Okay.
We facilitate medical insurance using state-of-the-art digital technology. Simply put, right from our customer acquisition to claims processing, we are using digital technology.
Okay, so what plans do you have? What are the various health insurance plans that you offer?
Currently, we have 6 health insurance plans in the market.
All right.
Starting with as low as 365 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Now, the names of our health insurance plans is the premium we charge per person per annum. So if I mention DOSH 365, it means the premium per person per annum is 365 Ghana cedis.
Correct.
And then after that, we have DOSH 750, which is
750 cedis.
Yes, exactly.
Per annum.
And now the 365, the benefits for the whole year is 9,000 cedis. And the 750, the benefit is 18,000 Ghana cedis for the whole year.
Wow.
Yes.
And so those are the two.
Those are the two.
DOSH 365, which benefit is 9,000.
Yes.
And DOSH 750, which benefit is 18,000. When you say benefit 8,000, it means that the amount you will pay for my health expenses for the whole year maximum is 18,000.
Yes, please.
And in the first case is 7,000.
9,000.
All right.
Yes.
What are the payment options in terms of how to contribute? And do you have to pay your premium in full, or you can break it down to?
Yes, so I want to go over the plans again. So after the 750, we have 1,000, DOSH 1,000.
Oh, there's also DOSH 1,000.
Yes, and then the premium is 1,000 Ghana cedis. The benefits for the year is 30,000 Ghana cedis.
Really?
Then we have the DOSH 2,500, which is 2,500 Ghana cedis. And the benefit is 60,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
The next one is the DOSH 5,000.
Okay.
The benefit is 95,000 Ghana cedis.
Are you serious?
Yes, please. And the last one is the DOSH 10,000. The premium is 10,000 Ghana cedis, and the benefit is 190,000 Ghana cedis. 190,000 Ghana cedis.
And these are individual plans?
Individual plans.
So if you have a family of 3, you can do one for each?
Yes, you
do you have group plans?
Yes, we have group plans. We have family plans as well. We can customize it for you. If you're a family of 3, 5, whatever the number is, we can customize a plan for you. If you're a group 2, we don't have a minimum number. If you're a group of 5, 10, 20, 1,000, 25,000, we can still customize a plan for you.
What ailments does DOSH cover, and do your packages allow subscribers to visit any health service provider of choice, or they are limited to specific ones?
Yes, so DOSH Health Insurance covers basically all ailments. The diseases that we even call pre-existing diseases like hypertension, asthmatic, diabetic, irrespective of the ailments, we still cover it. And our health service provider network too, it doesn't matter your plan. You can be on our basic plan, the DOSH 365, and you can visit a facility that the person on the DOSH 10,000 go to. And so our health service provider network is open for everybody. Now, our provider network comprises of private institution, private hospitals, clinic, medical centers. We also have a partnership with Ghana Health Service. So all Ghana Health Service facilities nationwide, right from CHIP compound, health centers, district hospital, polyclinic, and even the teaching hospitals nationwide. We also work with Christian Health Association of Ghana. So all the SDA facilities, the Catholic hospitals, you can visit them. And even if you go to a facility that is not DOSH accredited, now we pay our claims after 24 hours of service delivery, and we do real-time payments. So should you find yourself in a facility that DOSH has not onboarded yet, you can call our toll-free whilst you're at the hospital. We'll make payments.
Is there an age limit on your policies? And I think you mentioned the pre-existing point already. So is there an age limit on your policies?
Yes, so we do not have age limits. Usually private health insurance, at age 60, you are out of the service. And so you do not have it. But we don't do that. We actually designed our packages for even people who are not in the corporate space. So whether you are 60, 80, 100 years, 0, 1 year, we will still cover you.
Are there any exclusions on your policy?
Well, so, private health insurance, we have something we call exclusions. So there are certain diseases or conditions that it doesn't cover. With DOSH, right from inception, ailments like mental health, we made it a point to cover it, and so we do cover it. When it comes to fertility, erectile dysfunction is not covered, but DOSH, we do cover erectile dysfunction. We also cover consultation for in vitro fertilization, IVF, for you to see a specialist and have a good proper diagnosis. And so we cover all these ailments. Now, when it comes to medications, there are certain medications that private health insurance do not cover, like hormonal medications, certain supplements, even common vitamin C. Private health insurance do not cover. But we at DOSH Health Insurance, we do cover all this medication, except cosmetic medication. Except cosmetic surgery. Exactly.
How do we get to enroll on your health insurance plan?
So you can visit our website, www.0800dosh.me.
www.0800dosh.me.
Yes, me.
And the DOSH is spelled
DOSH.
Charlie, this your name is wild though. 0800dosh.me.
Yes, please.
And when we go there, we can register.
Yes, you can subscribe. You can also visit the Momo from MTN app.
Momo from MTN app.
Yes, please. The blue one.
Yeah, the blue one.
Yes, the Momo from MTN.
What will we do with that app? Where will we find you?
So you go to financial services, then you go to insure. I think number 3 or 4 on the Momo app. The insurance services. You see DOSH, a black background with gold cowrie in it.
So you should go where? I'm on the app now.
Okay, so go to financial services.
Financial services.
And then you insure.
Insure, yes. Be insured coronation DOSH.
Yes, please. Number 3.
So you click on DOSH, and then it takes you open. Charlie, the internet is slow. So then you register, you sign up.
Yes, then you sign up. You see the
Can I pay with Momo?
Of course. You can pay with Momo. That's why we are there.
Well, I couldn't load. It's a fail to load DOS. Please try again later. Maybe it's my system.
Yes, your internet.
I see. Okay, get covered with DOS. Quick and hassle-free life insurance to cover you and your family. No forms, no hassle, done all on your phone. So here's a man holding an umbrella covering his family. So I should get started.
Yes.
No, I have to talk to you first before I get started. All right. So I can enroll. So do I need like my Ghana card or something?
Yes. So your Ghana card, any ID.
Put it inside.
Yes, you put it inside. Now, I mentioned we are digital, and I mentioned our customer acquisition is digital. So the question that you asked, our website, the Momo platform, you can also use our USSD star 915 hash. If you're on any other network, our USSD star 915 hash, or call our call center for more details, 0800 367463.
How will I know if a facility accepts DOS? Will they put the DOS accepted here? Or how will I know? Or do you have a list of facilities?
Yes, we have a list of facilities. So if you visit our website, you see Health Service Provider Network. When you click on it, you get all the facilities, the location, even telephone numbers that you can call. Or when you call our call center for enquiries, they can share the list with you as well. And you also asked a question before I forget. You asked whether you have to pay one-time payment or you can pay. Yes, very well. So you can do one-time full payment or pay in installments within a period of 90 days.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
So for example, if you are subscribing to our 365 package, that's 1 CD a day. The 90-day payment period, you'll be paying 4 CD 10 pesos a day.
And can you make it a direct deduction?
Yes, so a direct debit, which
can set it up as a direct debit.
Exactly.
It will be good for you to share with us, maybe not here, the list of facilities that accept DOS, because I think some people's experience with health insurance has been some facilities frown on certain health insurance types. They will say, which one do you have? This one. These people, they are not serious. So you may need to talk to us about that. But this sounds very interesting. So you pay 365 for 9,000 CD coverage, 750 for 18,000, 1,000
for 30,000,
yes, and then
2,500 for
60,000,
5,000 for 95,000, 10,000 for 190,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dosh.
It's life.
Bellingham.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll think about it. It's a very interesting proposition. It's very interesting insurance product. It's on the Momo app.
Yes, it's on the Momo app.
All right, Belinda, thank you for being on the show. Any final message to Ghanaians?
Yeah, so I would like to go over our contact details again. So our call center number 0800 367463. 0800 367463. Or you can visit our website www.dosh.me. www.0800dosh.me. Yes, for more details.
Good morning. Can you kindly confirm whether the premiums she mentioned apply exclusively to corporate clients or if they also cover individual clients? Most health insurance have different premiums for corporate and individuals due to the risk involved in underwriting for individuals. This is Christopher from Lakeside.
Yes, so our premium cut across, whether corporate plans or individuals, it's cut across.
Okay.
Unless you want a customized package, which we can do for you, but this is the premium, the general premium for everybody.
Bernard, their website is not accessible here. Okay, this is from Aniki. Aniki, what you can do is go to the MTN or the Momo app. And I just went on the Momo app and then go to financial services, go to insurance, you'll find DOSH there. I think it's a very easy place to start if the style still does not work. But yeah. All right, thank you.
That's right.
Belinda, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right.
That's right.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right, stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the Ecobank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move! Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the Ecobank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the Ecobank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank. Ecobank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
This damn patch again. Ebo, look at this wall. Every few months, the same damn patch comes back. I've painted it twice already. What is all this?
Kofi, you can't fight moisture with paint too.
The problem is inside the building itself. Yes. So what can I do? The house is already finished.
Simple. Gasem Super Strong Waterproof Cement. It's a new cement with built-in water protection technology.
Water protection?
Yes.
So it's just for repairs?
No, my friend. That's the difference. Use it to fix dampness and seepage. Or use it for new buildings. Foundation, block work, plastering. One cement that builds and protects.
Wow.
Gasem Super Strong Waterproof Cement. The one cement that builds and protects. Build it right once. Gasem, the nation builder.
Electroland Ghana Limited, ye mamo, where ye de my dready for woman ye didn't ye o. A sansa munu credi, I saw ye ninty, ye mamo, a chedia cassia, a chedia cassia, ye de mo enemy. Every Accra, a quatamali, Ghana fanenina. Electroland, number one. Near here is Obeto Samsung, TCL, Media, any Nasco Nyama, Electroland showroom, any anamo si for one more Ghana fanenina. And also dial *928*8888# Ube to miss wako register.electrolandraffles.com. And now boy now watching your busumia crad ye now wait to me nya chedia kesiepa. Free TVs, ACs, fridges, gas cookers, washing machines, sound towers, mobile phones, any near kika hwa ye de ma wonkwa. Jumedi NLA Caritas platform no ajiatu. Kai say in shishe kakra wo ho. Electroland Ghana, rewarding your loyalty the big way.
Hey, El Chamano, I agree to. I make you. Salary them pay last week. This week, no, it finished. How? But don't you have GCB mobile app? Just request a salary advance. You will get it in 30 seconds.
Gosh, it just dropped like it's hot.
Get up to 80% of your salary anytime with a GCB mobile app at the lowest interest rates. Switch to a GCB salary account now and payday can be any day. Download the GCB mobile app on Google Play, App Store, or Huawei App Gallery. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
That's right. Reality check, you know what I mean? Street lights, innit? Dookie. Scorpion. Yeah. When I was young, I used to dream of being rich. Having a lot of houses and cars, couldn't know which one was which. And finding me a chick and getting hitched. Living the fairy tale life, perfect without a glitch. You think that this will bring me happiness? If at the end of every rainbow there was a treasure chest, sometimes having more is really less. Take a look inside yourself, you realize you're really blessed. No matter how you're sad and blue, There's always someone who has it worse than you. Sometimes you gotta pay your dues. So don't worry, just push on through. Keeping it real. Gotta big up all my peoples who be working on the future, though they know they gotta struggle. Keeping it real. To all my homies working on the 9 to 5 and doing right to keep themselves up out of trouble. Keeping it real. Although sometimes I know it seems impossible, there ain't no need in drowning in your sorrow. Keeping it real.
Keeping it real, that's what we do on the City Breakfast Show. Here are some more comments. Bernard, a transformational economic policy will definitely not get the same prominence as an instant social intervention. Here's another one. Bernard, hope you're fine. Online drivers are really going through hell. The commission we pay to the app operators is too huge. Guess what? I pay between 10,000 and 12,000 a week, and I work for about 16 to 18 hours a day to get something home. Imagine the impact on my health and that of other drivers. We beg the government to step in and help us. This is from Just Lord. Another one coming in. Hi Bernard, I'm excited about your discussion on social interventions. The theoretical distinctions among interventions that are remedial, such as the LEAP and many others you mentioned. The literature on social protection posits transformative approaches such as legal reforms, expanding opportunities in employment and education for deprived groups, both at the points of entry and exit. Development partners who fund most social interventions prefer short-term measures that yield immediate results. So these are put with knowledge on the matter. Another one, but please tell your colleagues that investment in basic education is not populist. In the building block of any developed society, you can't look beyond investment in basic education when looking for long-lasting and impactful policy. More coming on this topic. Let me read a couple here before you come in with what's happening from the main box. Good morning, Bernard. My view on this issue points to the lack of policy continuity. Our political class should stop giving the impression that when they come into power, they will solve all our problems in the space of time they have. It never happens anywhere in the world. These are very serious comments coming through. A few more coming here on the show. Good morning, Bernard. Things are hard. Ben, we are not seeing top because prices of things are still high in Accra. Bernard, good morning. I think it's high time we stop voting in politicians against technocrats. Politicians will always remain politicians against all odds. They eat their words at any given time. This is Chijoke in
Community 25.
Oh, yes.
To all my people's working on the 9 to 5 and doing right to keep themselves up out of trouble. Keeping it real. Although sometimes I know it seems impossible, there ain't no need in drowning in your sorrow. Keeping it real. If things are as bad as they can be, you could be sure there'll be a brighter tomorrow.
More comments. Good morning, Bernard. Food inflation is low except for a few items like ginger, but that does not mean the prices are reducing or are cheap necessarily. It just means most of the food items in the basket are stable in price. Whether prices are cheap or not as compared to people's livelihoods or economic empowerment is another story. Somebody says in your Vox Pops, come to Amasaman Station. You will get a lot of good people to talk to. Okay. Thank you for that information. We'll add Amasaman Station. Good morning, Bernard and Citi CBS. Vendors and traders in Ghana are refusing to accept the 20 pesos and 10 pesos, so they are to just approximate and charge the nearest 50p or 1 cedi. So I am not surprised the pure water sellers move straight from 50p to 1 Ghana cedi. This is MFI in Community 25.
Sometimes I know it seems impossible, there ain't no need in drowning in your sorrow. Keeping it real. If things are as bad as they can be, you could be sure there'll be a brighter tomorrow. I never got to have myself the house, the mansion, and the Benz. I'm not the kind of brother who be making mad ends. I got myself a girl, but we be kicking it as friends. It's not enough, well maybe that depends. Again, not everything you want is everything you really need. The standard of society is motivated by greed. Are you prepared to follow? Tell me, you prepared to lead. So persevering, you succeed. Keeping it real. Gotta dig up all my people who be working on the future, though they know they gotta struggle.
All right, good morning, Bernard. The government has to involve Ghanaians in the diaspora who have 24 economic ideas. I have a big idea, but when I mentioned it to someone in Ghana, he told me I should forget. They wouldn't buy the idea. We are here enjoying our lives. This is Robert from the UK. Robert is interesting.
To come in 2s and 3s, don't worry, cause there'll be a better day. One thing I can promise you, just keep on keeping on. I swear to you, there's gonna be a brighter day.
All right, so are you going to continue with this, your Vox Pops?
Yes. I particularly enjoy talking to people and getting to know how they feel and getting to know that all of these this data, when you analyze them, it will go a long way to influence public policy and all of that. That's something that I enjoy doing. So we have to keep up. Someone mentioned that we should go to Amasaman. You have to go there, Tema, Central Region. I mean, some other regions as well, so that you have a whole feel more balanced.
It would be nice for you to go to Kaswa, although I know that the demolition of the market.
You seem to like Kaswa a lot these days.
You know, it's a massively growing area, and there's a lot of people who live there. The demolition of the market to rebuild it may lead to some very interesting views. But you can also talk to general people about life in Kaswa, rent. So you don't even need to limit it to transport. You can talk to people about how much they spend on rent, how much they spend on food, school fees, healthcare. Okay. You know, we just want to hear people because I mean, I appreciate our listeners who text us, but that's a the group. We sometimes want to get to people who don't necessarily listen to us. Right? People who are they don't have time to listen to the radio. Who are just walking on the streets. Yes. So I like to hear them to inform whether I'm also touching on the right issues. Or not.
To all my homies working on 9 to 5 and doing right to keep themselves up out of trouble. Keeping it real. Although sometimes I know it seems impossible, there ain't no need in drowning in your sorrow. Keeping it real. If things are as bad as they can be, you could be sure there'll be a brighter tomorrow. All the harsh realities appears to come in 2s and 3s. Don't worry, cause there'll be a better day. One thing I can promise you, just keep on keeping on. I swear to you, there's gonna be a brighter day.
And a couple more birthday requests coming through. Good morning, please. Wish my landlady Miriam Ajay, Senior Manager, Senate Operations Coordinator's Office, a happy birthday. Long life. We love you from myself and the kids, Amir, Amin, and Amira, as well as Grandma Julie. Please, happy birthday to Sister Sylvia Quist, CEO of Axum Travel and Tours. Thank you for being awesome. Sister, you keep the family together. We love you from all the men and boys in your life. Sylvia Quist of Axum Travel. Yeah.
There's always someone who has it worse than you. Sometimes you gotta pay your dues. So don't worry, just push on through. Keeping it real. Gotta big up all my people who'll be working on the future though.
Alright, so that's all we have time for today. We've been examining the views of Ghanaians on the economy following the achievements of the government on the macroeconomic side, and we've had some very, very interesting feedback. We'll break into the news at 10, and then we have Branch in the City. So Shibaraba Beni has City News at 10. Shiba, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Coming up in the bulletin, transport operators suspend planned increment